It's crowd up, boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Oh, da, da, da. Soon on they break like your face, I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you, like just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like Gange. Now I want you, you not pamble. I love you, don't tante. Oh, got me singing like morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing morning, oh, morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Morning, oh, morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Oh, da, da, da. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh, no, no. Your beauty, that news, let them carry the cheese. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. No competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you not put that on my heart, oh. For nobody, wherever your spot, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Ellie with my bone, I won't pour you in glass. Yeah, oh yeah. Fly time, man, I'll touch you when you pass. You fun like a man and go Ada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You too metro, you not like fries. You my everyday new thing. Go for bed party in the daily, oh. Me I like good thing. Me I like good thing. Let people don't want you, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing morning, oh, morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Hold on, King Java, see you, papi. Oh yeah. See, I see. It's crowd up, boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way. Oh, da, da, da. Soon on they break like your face, I wanna see. I just wanna be loving you, like just how I wanna be. I will ride for you like Gange. Now I want you, you not pamble. I love you, don't tante. Oh, got me singing like morning, oh, morning, baby. I just wanna sing morning, oh, morning, baby. Got a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Morning, oh, morning, baby. When you smile, the whole world freeze. Oh, da, da, da. When you pose, no need to say cheese. Oh, no, no. Your beauty, that news, let them carry the cheese. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. No competition, you take it with ease. Put that, you not put that on my heart, oh. For nobody, wherever your spot, oh. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Ellie with my bone, I won't pour you in glass. Yeah, oh yeah. Fly time, man, I'll touch you when you pass. You fun like a man and go Ada. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You too metro, you not like fries. You my everyday new thing. Go for bed party in the daily, oh. Me I like good thing. Me I like good thing. Let people don't want you, oh. Morning, oh, morning. morning, baby. I just wanna sing. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Wrote a song for you, yeah, yeah. Morning, oh, morning, baby. Morning, oh, morning, baby. I'm in love with you. Hold on. King Java, see you, papi, oh yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're coming to you live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're in the northeast of Philadelphia. So to our guests, those who are watching around the world, this is the Lrtn Radio and Television Network. We're live, and we want you to tell somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that we are on the radio. We got a special guest in the studio. For those of you who are in Liberia, I think you know the face. It's the most talked about Noah Z. Gibson. That's correct, right? Zao Gibson. That's Z. Noah Z. Gibson. And we want to say we got a special election that is coming up in Philadelphia. That would be for the lab. And if you live in the Pennsylvania area or Philadelphia area, you want to make sure you go out there to vote. Okay? I'm going to be bringing the candidates out here, and we're trying to set up a debate where they will come out and they tell you exactly why they want to run, why they feel that it should be voted upon. So I have Mr. Gibson is here with me, and I mean it's a pleasure and an honor to have Mr. Gibson in the studio. So we want to say welcome. Call somebody, tell somebody we're live, and before I can introduce the man to you, or before I can put the man on the talk, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in like 2 minutes, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We'll be right back. Let me give you a little commercial concerning our movies. We call the Biggest Mistake. I'm going to give that to you, so you want to promote that. All right, that's a new movie that just came up for Liberian girl, the team. They're very wonderful. I watched that, and we want you to go back and watch it. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Love you all.
Mario, I want you to understand.
You don't have. I don't want to understand. Leave. Leave my house, and don't ever come back here. Ruben, how could you do this to me? Huh? You mean all this time we've been together? All this time? And you didn't tell me you was married? We had gotten a call saying that your friend is missing?
Yes.
And when was this that she had called you?
I spoke to her last Tuesday,
At what time?
7 p.m.
Did you know where she was when she had called you? Like, what was going on in the background? Did you hear anything?
She spoke to her, she was trying to tell me someone was chasing her, but she didn't actually say.
Mario, I want you to understand.
You don't have. I don't want to understand. Leave. Leave my house, and don't ever come back here. Ruben, how could you do this to me? Huh? You mean all this time we've been together? All this time? And you didn't tell me you was married?
Okay, we're back, and thanks for joining us. we had to take a quick break, and we're back. So we're not going to be too long. We're going to see if we can dive into the thing right away. Like I said, it's a pleasure. It's an honor to have Mr. Zao in the studio, Mr. Gibson in the studio with us. And I'm going to have Mr. Gibson introduce himself and tell you exactly who is Mr. Gibson. And please share the video. Let somebody know we're going to be discussing his trip to America. And I'm going to give it to Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson, welcome to America.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay. Okay, and who is Mr. Gibson?
Well, thank you. First of all, the name remains Noah Zau Gibson, a Liberian,
Okay.
a Liberian by nationality, and I hail from the northern part of Liberia, Lofa County, and I belong to the Lrtn tribe, and I obtained my secondary education in Liberia from the Catholic Temple Assembly of God High School, and I also served as president for that institution. By the way, the very first person with visual impairment to set that record in Liberia. And I later on matriculated at the Cottington University, where I graduated with a first degree or a bachelor of degree in public administration with distinct emphasis in sociology. And I also hold a certificate in leadership, that is from the Global Leadership Seminar that is held in Monrovia every year. Is from here in the U.S., where I'm talking to you from the Widow Creek Community Church, but it's been implemented in Liberia by some great visionaries, specifically from the religious community, and to be exact, the Christian community. So I hold 2 certificates from that seminar. And politically, I'm attached to the Unity Party, the party I love so much, and that I believe one day I will be a standard bearer for. And I am here in the U.S. representing the United Blind Association, and I come courtesy of the National Old Folks of Liberia. And I think so far so good. I think this is just the brief introduction about me. And well, you are the moderator, all is yours
Okay.
for now.
Okay, that was I think you heard for yourself. You heard from the house's mouth. So we want you to follow us. We want you to keep watching and also post your questions if you have any questions as we go along. Okay, Mr. Gibson is going to be here with us for maybe an hour or 2 hours, depending on
Yeah, I
the
think
volume.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, depending on the amount of audience we're going to have and the questions you're going to have. So, Mr. Gibson, tell us a little bit about your trip. Why you came to America? This is your first time visiting the States?
Yes, this is my debut. This is my
Okay.
debut trip to
Okay.
the United States.
Okay, so why you visit the state? What
Okay.
was the visit about?
Okay, my visit is about coming here to push the case of struggling disabled masses in Liberia.
Okay.
Disabled people who are suffering. In fact, almost 99% people with disability are indigent or living in destitution.
Okay.
So, and their plights are not being taken so serious, and so I'm here to see how best I can attract some great philanthropy organization, and as well as donors, to see how best they can be able to help people with disabilities, specifically from the United Blind Association, of course, the National Old Folks of Liberia, because you gotta know that old age is another form of disability.
Of course.
So everyone will get old. I mean, nobody who currently is young will tell me that he or she will never get old or older. So this trip is I mean, I got here on the 10th of June, and I attended the 12th section of the State Party on People with Disability that ended on June 13th at the headquarters of the United Nations there in New York.
Yeah.
And it was very wonderful.
Yeah, I think I saw that on Facebook.
Yes, it was very wonderful. I spoke for, let's say, approximately around 3 minutes, and the topic was on information technology. So and I presented the plights of people with disability when it comes to information technology. You know, all the countries that I monitor or that I listen to in that gathering, the only thing I heard them say was that their government needs to do, I mean, just need to improve a little bit as it relates to information technology for people with disability. So it means that their government are striving and making some tremendous efforts as it relates to people with disability in other important sectors globally. But unfortunately for people with disability in Liberia, it's completely on the opposite. Everything is stagnated. I completely, I would not want to say outcast, because that would be the very strong word. But it's just opposite to the way others with disability are being treated from a positive perspective around the world. So, by the way, what I did, I informed that large gathering that a lot needs to be done with, to invest in information technology as it relates to people with disabilities, specifically visually impaired men like me. I think you heard me in the genesis of my introduction, telling you that I graduated from the Cottington University.
And
all right, that come again.
That's a lot of people commenting on that. They know you.
Yes,
people know you on YouTube and things.
Yes, and that took place since 4 years ago. This September 26 makes me 4 years since I walked out of the walls of Cottington University. But one will wonder why up to now I haven't been able to acquire a master's degree, which of course if the support was there, by now I would have been talking about acquiring my second master. But unfortunately I cannot easily have access to master in Liberia, because information technology, I mean, is needed. And mind you, I cannot go to a graduate school trying to have access to master and go do Braille. The world is fast advancing. In other countries, there are a lot of great people with visual impairment who are computer literate right here in the US. Okay. There are people here who are visually impaired who, I mean, know better about computer, even more than some of you who are sighted or able-bodied. So, except on the opposite for Liberia, it's quite unfortunate. So, this has kept some of us down, and it has prevented some of us, it has limited us for expanding our academic dreams and an aspiration. So I think for men like me to acquire a master in Liberia is very impossible in the absence of information technology. So that was also highlighted in the conference.
Okay.
And there were other areas where, you know, opportunities were provided for people to speak on the challenges as it relates to the empowering people with disability, like job employment and having the right to, you know, I mean, getting some access to basic social services as it is here in the U.S. And other advanced part of the world and other developing nations in the world. But unfortunately, I didn't speak on that aspect because some errors were made when I was chosen as one of the applicants or one of the participants for this big ceremony that just ended.
But how was you chosen? How did you How did you have the opportunity? Does it have to do with the government?
No, the
Okay.
government absolutely has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
In fact, the government.
Yeah. How
brought
was you? How was
the-
you?
the-
How was your appointment to come? How did it?
Well,
Okay.
I will not disclose
Okay.
further duty due to some security reason and for the safety of the personality.
Okay.
But I was chosen by a very good man in Liberia
Okay.
who runs a private organization. His name will be disclosed later.
Okay.
And I know the reason why I cannot disclose his name. But as it relates to the government sent their own delegation from, that they thought would have come to sugarcoat for them. And it was the delegation from the National Commission on Disability that has just been there for the name for several years now and not doing anything to improve the lives of persons of disability. They've been there and dancing to the tunes of government against people with disability. You wouldn't believe it. The head of that body had the reckless audacity to have told that gathering that the current government headed by the George Manuel Weah has constructed 3 institutions that are responsible for training people with disability in Liberia, which is complete malicious lie,
That's a
diabolical lie.
That's a lie.
Of course, diabolical lie, or torpedo lie, I would say, because first of all, I think what she did there, she sugarcoated in favor of the government of Liberia to maybe defend her salary that that is not even coming for months now due to the economic stagnation of Liberia. And so I think that was just being disingenuous to the disabled mouse, because when you come to this,
So let me get something.
I'm coming. Let me learn this.
Yeah.
When you come to this great advanced platform, such like the U.S., there are a lot of people here who are willing to help. But you
Okay.
must be very honest and you must be frank with the issue. Present the true picture by whom, so people will be passionate about what's happening whom to be moved to help. But if you come and sugarcoat and window dress things, then you are just contributing indirectly to the suffering, and you're telling us that, look, I am in favor my fellow disabled colleague being in this situation for a very long time. That was what they did. But thank God I was here and I provided some clarification, and believe me, that clarification I provided helped me to come in contact with a lot of diplomats, great diplomats from around the world. Some I won't name for some private reason, but I was opportune to have met with the Secretary General of the Permanent Resident of Ireland to the United Nations, who even told me in that meeting, or told the gathering, that the government of Ireland invests 1.9 billion just in disabled service, just to contribute to disability activities in that country. 1.9 billion. That is more than quadruple times of our national budget in Liberia. So you tell me that country means very well when it comes to their disabled citizens.
So let me ask you something, Noah. So you're telling me that the government have represented at the section you came
Yes,
from.
they did.
And
They did.
you was there. So both of you had conflicting information. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not a matter. It's not a matter of having conflicting information.
Because they're saying that they are according to what you're saying, they're providing, they're doing everything, they're striving to make sure they have the disability in Liberia, and you saying that that's not true.
No, but that's not true. So let me say this to you.
Are you part of, are you a member of any let me not actually say member, but are you on any organization that have to do with disability? Are you on
Yes.
the chairman or
Yes, the United
positions
Blind.
or anything?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The United Blind Association.
So from the time
and
you
they
get
are the
there-
one. They are the one I'm representing now. They are located on the Somalia Drive, right opposite the Agriculture Ministry.
Somalia Drive.
Somalia Drive, in alongside the Gardnersville in Liberia. Out is anyone who is currently residing in Liberia, or those of you who are currently residing in Liberia, anyone you will know where the Somalia Drive is, or where the LPRC community I'm talking about, and not the one that is alongside the Freeport or in the Freeport community. I'm talking about the one that is around the Chicken Soup Factory community.
Okay.
So it's where the United Blind Association of Liberia is situated currently. So
Okay. How long you been part of it? How long you been existing?
The United Blind Association of Liberia.
Yeah.
They've been existing for the past 24 years,
24
since
years.
1995.
So you're telling me that 24 years, the government, apart from this government, but the Lrtn administration, they haven't contributed or did anything.
No, the
to
Lrtn.
help?
No, you see, look, why it is true that I'm here to highlight the challenges
Of course.
that I engulf with people with disability in Liberia. I think I will do my best to try to be very honest.
That's correct.
And the situation that the people with disability are currently faced with in Liberia was never created by this George Weah-led government. This is an overage problem. It is an overage problem. It's not something that the George Weah-led government created. He inherited it, but he had just added. He added on a more than what he inherited. Now,
but
the
no,
early-led government.
no,
I'm coming now. I'm responding to your question.
Let me be fair. You want to be fair? Let me be fair. Yeah.
No, you coming to you listen. You asked me a question about what did the early-led government do, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that's what I'm coming. But I have to lay my premise.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
I told you that challenges facing people with disability was never created by George Weah. It is an overage problem. That I want to be very honest with this. It's just that he also contributed to some of the challenges of recent. He has added some. Now, this is where I'm coming. The United Blind Association of Liberia that you talked about, or that had just been highlighted, this association was receiving $10,000 from the Lrtn government for the upkeep of the association. And when the George Weah-led government came, they sliced that amount to $700 US.
You're talking about just that one entity, right?
I'm talking about for now. And so they sliced the George Weah, not just the one entity for now. The United Blind Association was receiving $10,000 US.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
From the Lrtn government, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
All right.
And the George Weah government came and took away $9,300 for that $10,000, leaving them with just $700, an amount that they have not even received a cent of for the past 1 year, 6 months now that the George Weah-led government have been in power. Because the 22nd of this month makes them 1 year, 6 months, completely. Now, the Christian Association of the Blind, which is another private organization that is headed by B.N. Kota, but because of his experience and in the disabled sector, so the Christian Association of the Blind has stood tall over the years, and many people do not even know that it's just a private organization. They just consider it to be there for all blind people. Now, the Lrtn government ensured that the school that is being operated by the Christian Association of the Blind was placed in the Ministry of Education budget. So instructors in that institution, as I speak to you, they are on the payroll of the Ministry of Education, courtesy of the Lrtn government. Now, she also ensured that the School for the Blind Infra Junior that was abandoned for several years since the civil conflict was also renovated. And since the George Weah-led government took over, it has just gone from bad to worse again as I speak to you. So I am telling you, yes, there has been challenges faced with people with disability prior to this government coming to power, but they have contributed more than the previous challenges. Now, I think so far so good. I don't know whether that answers your question.
Okay, but the reason why I'm asking you this, because if you have both, they have you and they have the government coming, and you're giving a conflicting information at or section like that, don't you think it's going to harm the rest of the disability community back home?
Look, it's never going to harm. In fact, in the first place, let me correct something here. There's nothing conflicting here. I think what I did, people of philanthropy who want to help back home should even be grateful to me for coming here. Do you know how did I get here? I got here through the grace of God and through the help of some great people in Liberia who are honest. Kind courtesy to His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. He bought my ticket. He paid for my ticket with the help of other good friends in Liberia who I got connected to from the social media right here in the U.S. and Liberia as whole. I mean, so, and some of my good friends from the Unity Party that I am a member of contributed as well to this trip. So, if I had not come here, the government or the delegation that came here representing the government would have gone back with flying colors, and the disabled masses would have kept suffering in Liberia. So if we want to say that I provided a conflicting information, thanks to global technology, we are not living in those days where the world was in complete state of backwardness. We never had social media. The internet connectivity was not popular as it is now. You sit right here in the U.S. I mean, you perhaps you just want to play the devil advocate, but you know what I'm saying is, they are true. You see how people with disability are all in the street, crowded up in the street, begging, have become their livelihood. Thanks to God Almighty for some of us who are not part of such fruitless endeavor, because with no disrespect to my colleagues, I would have been like them too. But God is good to me. I was able to go to school, and His favor first, and two, due to mine, level of radicalism, I can say, helps me a lot to not be part of such demanding situation there, going back in, asking for widow mite, very cheaply. So if they were doing well, if the government of Liberia, is doing well, or others government that they replace were doing well, then I don't think why people with disability today would have been living. Go and see how people of disability are living in the country, even more especially in the hinterland. If I'm Montserrat, that is just the urban area, if I were to tell you the kind of thing that is happening to people with disability back home, people with disability back home have been treated in Liberia like dogs. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, but no, I'm coming. But for the interior area, is severe more than even in Montserrat. Okay. So if I'm providing contradiction as one would say, then I think, let them send a fact-finding mission in Liberia. The evidence is there, overwhelming evidence is there. Okay. And even some of those who are watching can even attest to that.
Okay, let me ask you something. Don't you think it's unfair to start criticizing, because you telling me that the Lrtn administration was there for 12 years and they were giving $10,000 not for the entire? No, not for the entire 12 years. 12 years. You talking about? Not for the entire. No, not for the entire 12 years. The 10,000 was given. A year or the month? 10,000 was given for what? It was given to upkeep the school that the United Blind Association operates. Just the school, just one school. Because the United Blind Association operates a school called the United Blind Training Academy, that which I am an alumni of. When I lost my sight in 1997, I went there to learn Braille. And that was, the Braille is a kind of writing that enables people with disability to read by sense of feeling. So it was where I got trained. Yeah, but you're talking about $10,000 just for the school. Just for the school. That's what you were giving, right? The Unity Party. Yes. Now, looking at the administration, there come a lot of challenges, and you see the length of challenges they have. So, you say they destroy, and it's worse. This is worse. If Lrtn been there for 12 years, don't you think that it would be unfair to start criticizing this government and start saying that they're making things worse when you know that there's challenges and a lot of difficulties here in the country? Joseph. Yeah. 12 years and 1 year, 6 months. If you listened from the genesis of my intro, I told you I would try to be very honest. Okay. And everyone who I viewing this program, I'm talking about people who are very, very honest, as I'm doing here, will see the honesty that I'm providing here, except people who I chose to be opposition until they die. Now, let me say this to you. I told you the George Weah-led government inherited the challenges the people of disability are faced with, right? Okay. I told you. Now, if the argument should be he is just coming, he should be given a chance, yes, of course. Okay. Granted.
But then equally so, do not tamper with what you met. I think what you met, let it be maintained. Then we all can say, okay, let us find a way forward to improve on it. But you met a budget of 10,000 that was allocated for people with disabilities, specifically United Blind Association of Liberia. You slice it to 700. So are you telling me that is fair enough for me to say I shouldn't blame me? Or no, I don't think I'm a coward. I'm now a man who should submit to cowardice.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's say this. I just want to establish this to the audience that knows how is a member of the Unity Party, right? The Unity Party.
100%.
100 member of the Unity Party. I just want people to know that. So before we start asking questions, setting questions, so you know, because sometimes people feel that I want people to understand. Sometimes people may be biased from certain things, but we want to be fair. So at least let our audience know that you are a member, because we're gonna have people from different parties that want to call here and probably want to ask questions or want to say something over here. Okay, now let's go back to the section you came to. Tell us. You said you met a guy from Ireland. Did you meet another person? Did you meet a lot
Yes,
of people?
I met a diplomat from Singapore.
Singapore.
But I will not state his title
Okay.
in the Singaporean government because of some sensitive issues that the both of us discussed.
Okay. Are they willing
And
to
I
help?
think it should remain. I think it should remain anonymous between the both of us. And
Okay.
I also met some delegation from the Republic of Qatar.
Qatar. Okay.
Yes, and
It was a very big program.
yes, all of them presented their call cards to me, and
Okay.
in fact, they saw me to be very inspiring to them because I spoke in another section of that scene program, of that scene assembly, with the exception of the previous assembly that I spoke. With the one that has to do with information technology, there was another extended section of that assembly that I spoke, and that was when it was where I got in contact with these individuals from Qatar, Ireland, Singapore. I think the Christian Blind Mission as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and people watching this program, I would appeal that you link me with more, because look, I am a visionary. Let me say this to you.
Okay.
But one thing I believe in, to clearly convince people about your vision, you must start transforming your surrounding or your community first.
That's
Then
correct.
you can be able to convince people that you will be a good or you'll be a good person that
Okay.
will really bring your vision to reality. Because what am I mean about this? I come from the disabled community. The first thing, before I can move forward, I should be able to contribute immensely to the community that I am part of. How can I refuse to contribute immensely to my own community? Then I want to expand. What am I coming with to convince men like Joseph or the other viewers that are watching and say, look, if we give Zawu the opportunity, this is what he would do. I should be able to do this. For example, there are some of you there watching in Liberia. You reside maybe in the 72nd community or other community, and you want to vie for something bigger outside the community. But then the question that should be asked: what have you done in that community that you can use as a stepping stone?
Okay. So
So,
can you tell the
so
audience?
I'm telling you
Okay.
that my vision
Okay.
is to transform the United Blind Association that have been very unknown since its existence for the past 2.5 decades, and I want to make them known globally, and I want to make them known nationally, and I want to ensure by the grace of God Almighty that that little shabby place, with no disrespect, that they are occupying right now to the LPRC, very congested. Even if you enter the rooms where the people are sleeping, some of them, rooms are like the jails in the South Beach community. You had to even turn around. Very congested area. Imagine people blind people living in those kind of areas. So I will want to see philanthropy from here through using me with their funding, to see how best that campus can be relocated from LPRC. We acquire some good land, even if possible close to 40 acres of land in the Mount Barkley area. Come back here in the United States, raise some money, and build a very decent modern campus with good training facility to enable people with disability be educated and contribute to the society. Because mind you, an educated mind, I mean, prepares the nation from further disaster. Because mind you, part of the problem Liberia is going through today is because of the lack of education. You know that Liberia is almost people say 85% illiteracy rate, but I would say 90%. Yeah, I definitely believe that 90% of our population. Look, between you and me, even us sitting here, I wish I could have the opportunity to come back in the U.S. here to have some scholarship to go back to school and do some study here to get maybe 1 or 2 masters. I can tell anybody that I'm well educated, with no disrespect to the education system in Liberia, but I think the education system in Liberia is seriously challenged and needs to be revamped and improved. So we learn, a lot of outdated things in Liberia. Imagine, I told you that I did public administration, but when I was reading in the Continental University, you talking about public administration in the 21st century, you go in a library to do assignment, you coming across books that giving you references as far as from the 60s, the 70s. I mean, that is completely ironical to the academic reality. So this is why I would like to do in the disabled mouse, for specifically the people from the United Blind Association. Then, I can now move out of the disabled community with my very big vision.
Okay. I appreciate that. Let me ask you something, Noah, because we in America we spend a lot of money when it comes to people with disability. There's opportunity they provide. The government try to provide necessary opportunity for people. I visited Liberia a couple of times and I saw some of the challenges and I saw some of the things that were happening in Liberia. Now let me ask you, have you guys been engaging the government? Like, do they engage you guys? Because you're talking about just one school. We're talking about across the whole country. I got people out here that are watching. I met a lady that came from Liberia. I think she said she got a school, or I think disabled school somewhere on the Oro. I think she said on the Oro or something like that she was saying. And she explained a whole lot of things that sometimes kids who got disability, people that's Down syndrome and stuff like that, people tend to feel that they're in witchcraft or something wrong with them, and they be afraid of them. Now, with the early administration up to now, you're telling me that there's nothing you haven't seen with this government. They haven't been engaging you guys on a consistent basis to let you know that this is what we got in the pipeline, this is what's happening.
Look, let me say this to you, and I know this with peers, many citizens who are watching, and I don't give a hang about that. The president, first of all, is not disabled friendly. George, is anti-disabled. So if you have,
You sure about that?
I'm telling you, I definitely look. I will not mince my word.
Okay.
I can even be. Look, you can even be decapitating me. I will tell you definitely what I'm saying. I will repeat it a million times. The president is anti-disabled. So if you have a president who does not even believe or who does not even care about people with disability, where will programs for people with disability come from under that administration? I think that is just in the Republic of Dreamland or in Utopia.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you, right? I know you were in New York and you went to other states.
Yeah, I went to Connecticut. From Connecticut before I came to Philadelphia, right here.
Okay.
That I'm being interviewed
Now, since you've
now.
been there, how's the treatment? How's people treating you?
Look, America is exceptional. Anyone who comes in America and you don't have a fair appreciation as it relates to how America looks like, it means your mind is psychologically damaged. Something has got to be wrong with your mind.
You must really love America.
And I'm telling you, I pray that America remains a superpower until Christ comes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
You know, it will sound crazy to some people who are anti-America, but I can tell you, from what I'm seeing here, America makes me to be very determined and more aggressive for positive change when I get back in Liberia.
Oh, okay.
And I remain a soldier for America. I would say this. I would say that I defend the U.S. forever in my life, anywhere, even in my sleep, even when I'm awake. I defend the U.S.
You are a Liberian, right?
Because
you
of
are
course,
a Liberian.
Of course, I am a Liberian.
So why will you defend America?
No.
More than Liberia?
No. I didn't. No.
Okay.
No. First of all, I think you are characterizing me wrongly.
Okay, go ahead.
What I spoke, the context I spoke was never in a comparison context.
Okay.
That's the first thing you should understand.
Okay.
I was not comparing America and Liberia as it relates to who I will pay loyalty to most.
Okay.
But again, here is the situation. God did not make mistake to make me a Liberian. I'm proud. Am I proud to be a Liberian? Of course, yes. I'm proud to be a Liberian. Do I want to be a Liberian forever? Of course, yes. I want to be a Liberian forever. In fact, you heard me from the genesis of my comment, told you that I will one day be a standard bearer on the Unity Party. I will one day serve as standard bearer on the Unity Party ticket. That I said to you. Where is the Unity Party? Is the Unity Party an American party? Of course, no. You definitely know that I will not be an American and contest for presidency in Liberia. That is a long-term thing, a future. Right. That is a future thing, a very, very long, distant future, because I'm preparing gradually. But the reason why I made all of these positive comments of America, they deserve it. America is not a perfect society. There is no perfect society. But no wonder why America is the superpower, because they are very humanistic. Since I came here, I believe the number one people that I enjoy in this country are people with disability. Disabled people are well respected in America.
So you're seeing a difference.
So there's a big difference.
All right.
You see, there's a very big difference. In Liberia, disabled people are considered, I don't want to, I want to be very careful with the kind of diction, but it's so unfortunate for people with disability in Liberia. Very, very unfortunate. If God is now with you like some of us, with any disabled person like some of us, I tell you for real, you will be nothing or nobody in that country until Christ comes.
Okay. All right. For the audience, we will have to take a quick break, and I hope you thank you for watching. I want you to share the video, let people know. I'm going to put the number on the screen when we get back. You can actually call and ask some questions. We got a whole lot to dive into with Mr. Gifting, and we want you to call in, ask your question. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back in a few minutes, in a few seconds.
D12 on the beat. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win. All I do was win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deal with me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deal with me, I jump over it. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed in here with hurt. When I need to hear with you. All I do was win. All I do was win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win. All I do was win. D12 on the beat. All I do was win. born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over you. Now hold you deep.
Okay, we want to say welcome back, everybody. And we are in studio with our special guests. We want to say welcome Monique Shen and Albert, Lrtn, and I'm going to read some of the names. Some of the guys that are watching on here. We want to say Woki, Bana, and Vivian Hemsworth, Chokon. I'm just going to call the first name. We want to say welcome you guys. Coco, welcome. Emma, Pratt, welcome. We want to welcome our viewers around the world, and we have Noah Gibson in studio. So we are talking about Noah's visit to the States. He came for a special conference, right?
Yes.
A special conference.
Yeah, the 12th state party.
Okay.
The 12th section of the state party on the rights of people with disability.
Okay, right. Okay. So he's here visiting, and we invited him to come to the studio, so he can talk to our audience and people can call and interact with Noah. So Noah said he been going from one state to another state, and he love it. And people, the hospitality been so great, right? Okay, let's talk about Liberians. I know you met other people, but from Liberians, how your people treating you so far? I never met you before.
You mean in the U.S. here?
In the U.S., yeah.
How Liberians here treating me?
Yeah,
in the
treating
US?
you, people you coming
Oh
across.
yes, very nice.
Okay.
Very nice. Look, I don't know, but I I heard this sometimes ago.
Yeah.
When I never had any traveling experience. The very first time I left Liberia, that was in 2002 when I went just in neighboring Seven in the same sub-region.
Yeah.
And I heard that Liberians are always hospitable to one another in exile. I don't know if that is just a stereotype of but I wouldn't want to completely take that as a fact. I think that's just a perception. Liberians are generous actually, and evidence to that, almost every Liberian I met here have shown me a great level of generosity.
Okay.
And more especially thanks to my pastor and his wife, and thanks to some good schoolmates of mine from the days of high school and university. I met them. In fact, part of the things that I'm getting here as it relates to offer are coming from Liberians. I've not been offered by any American or typical American. So it shows that Liberians are people who are good. It's just that we just need to improve our habits back home. That's all. Because what happens at times, you come here and then you see all of these good things, and you go back, you don't want to have them implemented, and when you get back, as soon as you get to RIA, you put on the real Liberian jacket. And when you come in here, you leave the Liberian jacket at RIA. When you get home, you wear it, and you start to, that form of negative Liberianism, you try to exhibit it. And I think we just need to leave that, actually.
Okay.
Yes, but I think Liberians are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're being treated well.
Very well.
Okay, so far, how you like Philadelphia?
Well, I arrived in Philadelphia Saturday afternoon. Philadelphia is, for now, is good. One thing I noticed about this country, they didn't make any mistake to call the United States, because there is one thing about them. Every activity you see in the other state, and you will find it in in all the states.
So yeah.
So they make no mistake to call the United States.
Okay.
They made no mistake. Yes.
So everything is all the services, everything is in the same place. You don't have to go to the next place.
Of course.
So I would call decentralization.
Of course,
right?
decentralization.
All right.
And in public administration, what we have in Liberia, we call that the central command structure, and which of course we need to get rid of. That if Liberia will move, if we want to see Liberia moving forward, and we will have to get rid of the central command structure and bring about decentralization as we see here in the U.S.
Okay, on Noah's Hour. Now you're in America, you're in Philadelphia, and you're in studio. You're here with the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We got a lot of people watching. If people want to contact you and they want to help you and they want to do something in Liberia, you live in Liberia, you know the situation, you know the challenges they have. what would be your advice to Liberians who live in America and around the world, because people watching, who want to go back home to do something, but looking at the constraint and the challenges? What would you tell them? What would be your advice to them?
Well, I don't know you're ready for us to talk politics now, because where you coming now, this is highly political.
Okay.
So if you're ready for the political aspect now, then I think we can
Go ahead,
get ready.
Give the advice to them.
Because the reason I'm asking this, and I want to make sure whether you're ready now for the political aspect.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because when I pick up now, I'm not going to slow down.
Before you continue, I just want to ask the audience, can you let me know if you're hearing us very clear, because I know somebody said the volume was low, but other people say it's good. Just let us know if you're not hearing us and the volume is too low. You let us know. We're going to increase the volume. So go ahead, Noah.
Before I come to that,
Okay.
Let me say that anyone who wants to help,
Okay.
as it relates to what I've highlighted concerning people with disability in Liberia, you can get me on my Liberian number, because I leave for Liberia soon.
And what's the number?
My Liberian number, because now you call it now, you won't get me because I'm in the US
You're
here.
in the US, obviously.
So I will be leaving soon, very, very soon. I won't disclose my departure date now for security reasons.
Okay.
But I will be leaving very soon, very soon. So my Liberian numbers are 0886 350. Maybe you could put it on the screen.
Yeah, I'll put it there.
857
350
857.
857.
Yeah, 0886
Yes.
350
Yeah.
857.
Okay.
That is my Liberian number.
Okay.
And then my orange number, that's the same Liberian number, but it's 0777
Oh, it's 0777. Yeah.
1486 48.
Okay. I'm gonna put the number on the screen for people to see the number.
0777
Okay.
1486 48.
Okay.
For now, these are my Liberian number. But while I'm here yet in the US, if you want to get me, you can get me through Mr. Joseph Anasi.
Okay.
So I think you will now have to put your contact
The number is
number.
on the screen. My number is on the screen.
So
That's the number for the Liberian Radio and Television Network. You can get in touch with me.
Yeah. So
And
you
Noah
can-
is in Philadelphia. I will be able to communicate
Because
directly with Noah.
I'm visiting your country, so I don't have any cell phone here that you can get me on now.
Yeah, so you can get that number directly.
Okay.
I'm also going to put the number on the I'm going to tap the number in there. So those of you who's on YouTube, I'm going to post the number. Also, you on Twitch and you on Sparrows and Twitter. Everybody that's watching, I'm going to put the number up. I'll put the number on there, and you guys can get the number and be able to get in touch with him in Liberia.
Okay.
Right now, you cannot get in touch with him because he's in the States. So if you want to get in touch with him, you can come directly to us. The number is on the screen, and you will be able to get us directly.
Don't worry, I'll be in Liberia soon. It's just I can't disclose the time. I was leaving on the 21st, but I'm not leaving on that day again because of security reason.
Okay.
So I will soon be in Liberia, but I will tell you, I won't disclose my my departure and my arrival for security reasons. Again, let me make this appeal. I begin visually impaired as a result of our means, so I just want to summarize it.
Okay.
Yes, but I believe when we are out of America being an advanced country, we got good doctors here. Who knows? Maybe a test could be conducted that could just make me regain my sight from one of my eyes. So this also goes out there to philanthropy.
Okay.
Maybe it may not be now, but when I return, because I will return here, and I don't know yet, but I will return here. But I will need an assistant to see how best my eye can be checked for some medical consideration.
Okay.
And I also was involved in a tragic motor accident.
Let me hold you there for 1 minute, and let's take a quick break. We'll be right back in a few seconds.
Hello.
Pick up your shoe before you get struck by the thunders.
Sorry.
You are in the house of Mawu Patopa Osogolisa. There is no fear. So my son, what can I do for you today? in my shrine.
Women in Lrtn Island know plenty. I want for them to be arrested. I want for them to go to jail. I want for them to be deported. I want for plenty bad things to happen to them. I want to hear bad news when they want to get out in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep up on the beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
T12 on the beat.
If you want, yeah, my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing, yeah. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. Ready the best. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. But say, oh mama, enemies of progress. They don't want to see you shine. See you shine, mama. Enemies of progress. They don't want to see you prosper. Prosper, yeah. They want to see you die. Then I want to see you shine. They want to see you cry. Then I want to see you smile. So negativity. No more positivity. Every day I do it. We try I do it. Yeah. So negativity. No more positivity. Every day I do it. We try I do it. Yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news, you and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing. God forbid, baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah.
Thank you for the short. We had to take a quick break. Thank you. We're back. And to the audience that's watching, I see people asking questions on the other platform that how if there's any means that they can donate something. Listen, no one can take anything according to what he's telling me. He's open to taking things because if you look at the situation in Liberia, if you look at the disability community in Liberia, you know that there's a lot of challenges. People are ready. In Liberia, if you're not naked, if you're not on the street running around, people feel that, oh, you know.
Let me little bit elaborate on that.
Yeah.
First of all, I appreciate you for even having such a great mindset of wanting to make such a great significant contribution, such as clothing and other basic materials, which I appreciate. But this is what I want you to do. I have a couple of individuals because I have a very limited time here in the US. I will soon be going. I will show you where you can direct those things. You will see Joseph Anderson number there. You call him, he will relate to me what I'm here, and we will tell you where to drop those things because I have somebody in New York, and I have 2 persons in Connecticut, and I have 1 person, let's say a couple of individuals here in Philadelphia. So you could hold some of those things. But one thing you could do that could make it very easy, some of you can ship container home. You could put some of those things right there in the container. As you ship them, my contact number is already there. You get in contact with me because one thing I would really want you to invest, I want you to invest in 2 things really. The people there at home, the blind people and other disabled people at home are starving. Look, to the God I serve, I will not just come here and make story, or I want to present a kind of situation that may make the authority home very ugly. I understand that some people have been very dishonest. People have come here in the name of similar thing I'm doing, and you try to gather resources, and they went home and just arrange themselves. I make this pledge. You can set a team that I will not even know that they're monitoring me, because apparently if they're monitoring me, maybe I will want to do false impression, or I want to work like, you know, I'm honest. But make them, I don't even want to know whether they are, I mean, don't make me to know that they are monitoring me. Every cent raised here will be accounted for. I can tell you, I cannot be fighting a government home against corruption and being corrupt. That is complete opposite to what I'm preaching. So I'm telling you this, that the people whom the disabled people, they are starving. They need food. That the United Blind Association. Why here, some of you, your kids here eat 3, 4 times, even 10 times, because one thing I noticed, the least thing here in the U.S. is food. So back there home, I tell you, even as I speak to you now, apparently they may not have eaten as yet to the United Blind Association. Even people who are able-bodied are struggling to even get it back home. Tell me about people with disability. So one of the things, I want you people to really put yourself together here, philanthropy. This is a passionate appeal. And see, monthly, if you can send a supply to upkeep the blind kids. We got our blind kids over there as, in their teenagers. You know, you find some of them as the age of, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they're blind.
From birth.
Yes.
From birth.
I'm telling you, they are.
Yeah.
So, they are starving, even where they sleep. So the first thing I want us to invest in is food. They need monthly support to be sustained as it relates to their feeding. And another thing is where they stay matters a lot. If you see where the kids are lying down to the LPRC road there, my brother, look, some of the ministers, even their dog don't sleep there. I'm telling you, I'm very serious about this. So I will want to see us generating good money, that we see us constructing a multi-complex, a modern complex rather, somewhere there in the Mount Barkley area, because I've tried making some assessment before I got here. There are a couple of land there people have for sale. I think we could start, even though I'm saying 40 acres, but it is not necessarily. There's this saying that every 1,000 miles start with a single step. So what we could do is, maybe we could buy maybe 2, 3 a lot, or even an acre, to build some quick campus to get these people there. Because let me tell you today, I'm sitting here, it's not that I'm extraordinary from them. No. God grace upon my life first. 2, I will tell you, I managed to persevere. I believe in perseverance. I believe in being persistent. It will get you where you want to get. And that is why today I am what I am today.
Yeah,
and I could tell you between you and me, if I wanted to be selfish, if I just believe in just for my own egotistic desire, I would have sat down and just make my life I alone, because I'm not as bad off as most of them. I must be, my little connections through the grace of God, and right here from this platform again, I know I've gotten connected very well. So I'm saying this, but honestly speaking, these are things really I want you to invest in. They are feeding, and to see how we can construct a good campus for them, have a good schooling. People will be there helping to wash their clothes and do other things. I can tell you, look.
Okay, hold on. We got a call on the line. Call out your name and where you calling from. Okay, Solo on the line, calling from Liberia. Yeah, go ahead, Solo.
Yeah, let me say how subject to one of like the top talker, that is Noah Gibson. How are you, Mr. Gibson?
How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, Noah Gibson has been one of those persons in Liberia who have always been standing up for social justice. I just want to motivate him to keep on what he is doing. He shouldn't be deterred until the right thing can be done. So Noah Gibson, I will say welcome to the United States of America once again, and welcome to the Lrtn and the Liberian Television Network.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, that was a caller from Liberia who was calling to talk to Mr. Gibson. Now we want to keep encouraging you to please share the video. I have the number on the screen, which is 215-954-1375. As we go along, you can call. If there's anything you want to ask or any question you want to ask, you can ask Mr. Gibson. He's here visiting. And Mr. Gibson, I never knew you before. Just saw you on Facebook a couple of times, and I called you, and since then you got a very, very good sense of humor. I mean, you down to earth, and you know, people deal with people who are disability. They try to tell them to feel sorry for them or something like that. But just the few time I spent with you, you're very independent. You don't want nobody to feel sorry for you.
Nobody.
You do things like a regular person. I'm shocked, and I just want to say this to the audience that I went to the house to pick him up, and he was sitting in a chair, and he told me, "So, oh, how you doing?" We talked. He said, "Hold on, wait for me." He got up, he went in the room. He left his phone back, came pick up his phone, came back. I picked it up, we came to the studio. He got up from the car and he walked. He's very independent, like he don't want you to even think that something is wrong with him. And that's very, very inspiring. I mean, I can't tell you how I'm sitting here, but I'm out of words. Because it's such a way that I visited abroad sometimes where when people are disability, people with disability, people feel sorry for them, people try to help them to feel that you're nothing, you can't do nothing. You see, in this country, everybody is useful here. That's how people do things here. In this country, that's how they see it. You will go out and you see people. There are people here who are disability and with disability, they're running a whole entity. You'll be shocked. That's how America is built. That one when you say you feel you love America is good, you didn't really get it wrong. So I'm just touched, and tell me, I don't know how you do it. It's because now you're sitting here advocating for people back home who find themselves in that condition, and they're feeling maybe disappointed and feeling that nobody can. And I tell you, I visited Liberia and I know what you're talking about. There are people in Liberia who are normal and they're catching hard time. Those who got disability, I don't know what to say, but just God. All right, and we're only talking about one section in Monrovia, but you're talking about the whole Republic of Liberia. And this platform right here, the Liberian Radio and Television Network, this is a non-profit we're running. This is what we established. This. We want to be able to show people things that happen in Liberia. So you just told me, say the place is on Somalia Drive. I just text my reporter. They're going to go there, and we're going to run a little clip. If
Yes.
you go back home next time.
Yes, when I
we're
get
gonna come
back
there.
home. In fact, I will be there with him
Okay.
for us to tour the facility.
To the facility. They will
So,
be
so
there
they
and
can
will
see
They will see exactly
and
what
send
you're
back
talking
what
about.
I'm talking about, because I believe in pictorial evidences.
That's good.
That's what I believe in.
Yeah.
So before we went off, I was making this passionate appeal about my health.
Your
like,
health.
like I was saying, I had a tragic motor accident on August 18, 2006, and my head penetrated the windshield in Liberia. So since then, I feel something like a little glass bottle at the back of my head here.
Wow.
We went to JFK. They said from the X-ray they didn't see anything, but I strongly resist that because our health system is seriously challenged. So I believe that if there's way before this one, I think it's not like the eye on where you have to take time for me to get that appeal on fertile soil.
So when you
This
wasn't
one,
born,
I wish
born
somebody.
blind.
No.
You wasn't born blind.
No.
Okay.
I wish somebody listening could, help me with a clinic here where I will go for them to do a checkup, if a way for them to, get this out from my head.
Now that goes
I will
out
be
to the
highly-
audience that's
yes,
watching.
Yes,
This is an appeal to you.
I would be highly.
And I hope you can share the video and
Yes.
tell somebody, those on YouTube
Yeah,
and everything else. The
yeah,
number is
so-
on the screen. Please call that number if you can do anything. He's saying that he want to get some medical checkup. So if you have the opportunity and you have the means to give him the break to do some checkup, and I think I'm going to check myself. I'm going to do a little research, but there should be a means or ways I think that you could be able to get free, go to the free clinic or something for them to check you up. I'm going to check on that also. So those of you that are outside there, if you can call in, and you can you have anything in mind, you can call and let us know.
Okay.
Okay.
So we can go to the political side now.
Yeah. I see this guy trying to push me on the politics.
No, but
he want to go to the politics.
No, but the
It's a
question.
style,
No, I'm not pushing you to it. One uniqueness about me, I have a retentive memory.
Okay, let me catch you right here. Before
You know,
go forward, let me say something to you.
You asked a question that was political first.
Somebody said something on saying something. You said during the protest, you even hire a bus. I don't know how true is that. You sitting right here. You rented a bus and you took people over to the protest. Is that true?
No, first of all, that's a lie.
Oh, that's a lie.
It's a fallacy.
Okay.
In fact, it's good that this came out.
Okay.
What I did, I took a couple of individuals in an 18-seater bus to the
18-seater.
to the Rabat International Airport.
Oh,
on,
Rabat
on,
International
on
Airport.
May the 16th
Okay, so maybe they got it wrong.
to welcome Comrade Henry Pedro Costa.
Okay.
All right. And by the way, thank God that this came about, because I would have committed a crime without recognizing or referencing Comrade Pedro Costa for the role he played in my trip here.
Yeah, I think he did some fundraising.
Of course, he did tremendously well.
Yeah.
Where I was hosted, by the way, he has the biggest platform there home in Liberia.
Yeah.
And he hosted me on that platform. And I came in contact with a couple of individuals that I didn't know, and they contributed immensely. Even he himself, he made some significant contribution to that. So it was good that that question came, but it's just that it came the wrong way. That's all.
Okay.
So I did not hire people in a bus to the protest. I wish I could.
Oh, you're gonna do that?
Of course, I would have had no apology for that. Okay. And I am going to be part of the next protest that is planning again. Okay. I will be part of that. I can't wait to get back home soon.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. You just came from Liberia, and the news and the pictures that are coming out of Liberia is very disturbing. We understand that there are a lot of challenges, there are things going on in the country, but this, I think, past few months, there are a lot of killing going on in Liberia. What's up with the security when it comes to security in Liberia? What's your take on it?
First of all, now finally we landed to the much talked about political discussion.
Okay.
Before we come to the killing of taking away of innocent lives in Liberia, let us first see the regime that is in power. The Liberian people did it to themselves, and I think this should not have happened to Liberia. The worst thing that has ever happened to Liberia is this government coming to power, ever in the history of Liberia. And I wish that this should never happen. The 2017 election, first of all, was a nightmare for Liberia. And I was involved. I know how things went. I know how the CDC won the 2017 election.
What do you mean?
But I will not want to go into a lot of discrepancy, and I want to discuss the issue.
Okay.
So I don't. What has passed has passed.
As far as we're concerned, the CDC won the election.
Well,
they won the election.
Some kind of way. Some kind of way. They won the election. Some kind of way.
The result that came
they were
out.
They were aided and abetted. They were aided and abetted by some element individuals. Some anti-element to positive change who don't want to see Liberia moving forward. So. They won the election through a fraudulent addendum listing.
What do you mean
in the system? So I don't know. No. I don't want to.
That gets something straight here.
Let me say this.
No, that gets something straight. here.
But we've been getting straight here.
The Unity Party was the ruling party. They went for election. The CDC went for election with Unity Party, and the CDC won. They have a whole lot of different candidates on the ballot. CDC won the election. They collaborated, and they won the election. So the fraudulent you're talking about, when the result came out, CDC won the election. They won it, and that's the party that's ruling right now.
No.
So if they won a court, right? The low fraudulent and things you're talking about, they won a court. The result came out, and the CDC won the election.
So Joseph.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you. According to our history, maybe the 2017 election will be added, but the two worst elections in Liberia happened in 1985. That was won by Jackson Fiado and was rigged by Samuel Kayando at the time. And the 1927 election that was won by Thomas J. R. Faulkner, that was rigged by Charles Dunbar Burgess King at the time. And these two elections I'm talking about, according to our history, made Liberia to almost lose her independence and her sovereignty.
Okay.
But I'm coming.
Okay.
Despite of the history making mention of these two elections making Liberia to almost lose her independence, and sovereignty. But if you go back in the history, it still tells you that Samuel Kayando and Charles D.B. King were president. It did not negate the fact that they were not president.
Okay.
So I'm telling you,
Okay.
the 2017 election, George Weah being president, does not negate the fact that the election was fraudulent and with flaws and as well as a lot of election malpractices. That is what I want the audience to get out there, those that are watching here.
Okay.
So now you're putting me now in a more fiery mood because I eat politics,
Okay, let's
I
go back
drink
to it.
politics,
Yeah.
and thank God the long-awaited political discussion is here.
Okay.
And I'm well fascinated now to get
Okay.
ready. So I think you, the moderator, you should now fasten your seatbelt now
fasten my
as we
seatbelt,
take
okay.
off the political jet.
Okay, now let's
Thank
go back to the security. We're talking about security.
Yeah,
You
we
said
come.
look at
Yeah,
the party. You
yeah,
said
we
look at
come.
this
Yeah,
party.
yeah, we come to the security.
Okay.
The reason why you continue to have killing in Liberia is just simple. The CDC collaborated with two political parties, right? The NPP, the LPDP, which is the Liberia People Democratic Party, that was established by former Speaker Jennifer Ellis Tata.
Yeah, Ellis Tata.
A party that just came to existence, and even you here who have gone and defeated them because they never had any solid structure. They just came to power just for the name that a party should exist. So I think the two political parties that had the number in that collaboration are the CDCs, or were the CDCs and the National Patriotic Party. Now, here is the reason why killing is taking place. Everyone knows the history of the National Patriotic Party of Liberia. The National Patriotic Party of Liberia is a deformed rebel or deformed notorious rebel organization, the most notorious rebel organization in the Republic of Liberia, the NPF.
According to what was reform, it was revamped.
No, listen.
No.
It was, listen, the only thing, it was never. When you talk about reform, the attitude that is being exhibited is when you know that actually a reform has taken place.
So you're telling me from 12 years up to now, they still have the same rebel attitude?
Oh,
That's
man. Hey, man, listen to me. Listen. How the NPP, that is a political party, those ex-generals who fought for the NPFL and metamorphosized to the NPP, they still exist. Only thing, no more war, they do not have the arm, but they still have those barbaric ideas that they had during the war. It had not been taken. And what you have, look, and this is where I sometimes frown at the United Nations. The United Nations, to some extent, did not help Liberia entirely. They did, but not entirely. Because those that were disarmed, their mind was never rehabilitated properly. So you taking the arm from the rebel soldier, I mean, that's another thing. But you need to have them demobilized and have their mind rehabilitated, which it did not happen. So they still live with that, I mean, kind of diabolic ideas that they had. It's still within them.
Okay, let me
So what happening now is that these CS generals are around. The NPP collaboration with the CDC is just another way of the NPP coming back to power. Everyone knows the kind of government chancellor operated over there. So if you have ex-generals still around moving in the CDC-led government, how will you not have secret killing going on? It would definitely happen. What we did, we just reminisced on the past of 1997 and back in the, during the dark days. That's why we did 2017 by bringing the CDC in power, headed by the world's most inept man, George Weah. That it makes it very worse again.
Okay, let's take a quick break. We're going to be right back. All right.
It was on the beat. Lord of mercy. Bam, bam, bam. Ha. Whoa, yo. Whoa, yo. Whoa, yo, yo, yo. Whoa, yo, yo, yo.
D12 on the beat.
The lamb up in there. The girl don't like my business. Oh, yeah. Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Meet a lover. Yeah. They say I playing you wanna get them, yeah. Yeah. They say I playing you wanna jam with them, yeah. But the girl in my business, she really care for my business. She can die for my.
We're back. We are back, and we want to say thanks to the audience. Thanks for watching us patiently. And we have Noah Gibson in the house with us. He's in studio, and also I want to let you know, if you're in the Philadelphia area, we have the special election that is coming up for the chairmanship, I think the presidency, and I'm going to bring the whole naya to you later on. So if you're in Philadelphia, you want to make sure you check it out. We're going to have some of the candidates in here so you can try to vote. This is very important for us in the Philadelphia area. So okay, let's go back. We're talking about the NPP.
Yeah, I was just telling you
talking about the
why
killing
too
in
much
Kinabalu.
killing going on in Liberia.
You
And that is one. Another thing that is responsible for too much killings in Liberia is impunity. The culture of impunity has to stop in Liberia, because you will see somebody will go and commit some heinous crime, crime that even tantamount to first-degree felony, and you at no time you will see the person out of jail. If the person is not in jail, the person will just be alleged, and it will not be formed anymore.
Hold on 1 second.
So,
Let's get this. Call out your name and where you calling from. Hold on 1 second. Call out your name and where you calling from.
Little Mr. Big calling from Northeast Philadelphia.
Okay, go ahead. What you got for Zawo?
All I had to say, I listened to the argument over there. The man spoke clearly, the president spoke clearly that as long as he is the president of the unitary one-party state of Liberia, nobody will win. We understand that it is clear. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was there. As long as Ellen Johnson Sirleaf wanted to make sure that she stayed there until her term finished, Openwea was never going to win, no matter how popular Openwea was. Ellen Johnson stayed there until her term finished. So a sitting president of a unitary government in Liberia, they can, as long as they are in power, nobody wins. According to what they want is what happened. They control the ballot box. They control the Treasury Department. All right.
No.
So you agree?
Let him finish.
So you agree with Noah Zawo that the Ellen-led government actually gave the election to election was given to the CDC?
It's 100%. Ellen did not want it that way. Open would not win. The guy that was sitting there in New Georgia printing the ballot box, when he was caught, when they brought him, what did they say? Ellen said, "Nobody take that man. You don't want to leave." Okay, they let that man go, and Open won. Okay, now what Ellen said, and Ellen, whatsoever Ellen said, that's what she said. When the ECOWAS people came, they told her, and Ellen said, "Look, listen to me. I am the president here. What I say, that will go." And the people left and went. You see, they are not under any government, any democratic government, that the president is going to leave her or his vice president and jump behind the opposition. You've never seen that anywhere. But it can happen in the unitary one-party state of Liberia. So I agree with the young man. So that anybody who want to argue, let them go back and do their investigation. Let them go back and investigate and do their research about unitary government, how the unitary government works.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, we'll take another call. Any call is coming in? Let's go. Go ahead, Noah. You want to respond to that?
Yeah. So no, I think I dealt with that substantially. I was on the second reason for
security,
for the killing
in Liberia,
for mass killing in Liberia. I was talking about the culture of impunity has to stop. Right here in the U.S., that I'm sitting currently, I noticed that one thing that gets the U.S. continue to succeed is there is no culture of impunity here. I am not saying that nobody does wrong here, but I think you should pray that you shouldn't be caught. When you are caught, you want to pay the price. You can be even President Donald Trump here. You can be whoever. You're never going to get away with what you've done.
Nobody's above the law.
And nobody's above the law.
You
can see even the Attorney General that was appointed by Donald Trump.
Yeah,
he has his own independent mind. I mean, Trump does not interfere with him because he appointed him.
Oh, the Attorney General.
Yes. So just recently, in fact, Monday I was watching CNN here in Philadelphia, and I was very, very impressed what I saw. A multi-millionaire here in the U.S., Jeffrey Epstein, was arrested at Teterboro Airport in New York. In fact, he had a 14-page indictment already. On him. As soon as he touched down on his private jet from France, he was arrested by the FBI on an allegation of having 14 years old children being raped through some sexual molestation, and even going as far as making them to massage his body and using those children of the same age to recruit their peers. I'm coming. Let me learn with this. This man was arrested, and guess when did he commit that crime? He committed that crime since 2002 to 2005, according to the story. So he was arrested on Saturday. He behind bars. There's a multi-millionaire I'm telling you about. A man, if possible, that is even bigger than the entire Liberian economy or budget. So, but if this man can get arrested here in the U.S., if that were Liberia, you wouldn't have even heard it before even he would be arrested. It wouldn't have even come to the public. Or if it managed to come to the public, the first thing you would have heard people talking, oh man, I mean, as we say in our Liberian parlance, they just want to lie on our man. And you know, all the money that man get, and after what the man would be doing with those children there, they just want to lie on our man. You know, that is myopic, very myopic. So until the Liberian society can emancipate itself from that kind of myopic thinking or unidimensional way of thinking, I can tell you, you will continue to experience what is happening in that country, like mass killing and other, immoral acts.
Let me ask you something, Noah. The president, okay? Do you know the president? You knew the president before he became president? Did you know him personally? President George Weah. You met him before? You sat with him before? You talked to him before?
I met him in transit.
Oh, in transit?
But
transit, where in transit?
Yeah. You know, there was this game. I met him twice. One, it was in transit, and the other, it was in a gallery. The first time I met him was in 1997 when I just began featuring in Penn Newly.
Okay.
There was this statue that they claimed that belonged to him on Broad Street that was not even properly erected. He had gone there to dedicate that statue. That was on June the 21st, the eve of Liberia versus Democratic Republic of Congo match, the qualifier for the Burkina Faso 1998 World African Cup of Nations. Yeah, Liberia was playing Congo DRC. That was later our newly Zaire, because you know they begin Zaire in May of 1997 when Lrtn Kabila took over from Mobutu Sese Seko through a rebel invasion and renamed the country Congo, but it was Congo Democratic Republic. So we were playing then on the eve of that match. That was the very first time I came across George Weah in the gathering. And you know, the crowd was like, he being a soccer celebrity, which you cannot take from him. That's the only thing I think, that makes him strong. You take that from him, nothing left with him, honestly speaking. That's a reality. I know sedition going to cause again, but I get a hand about that. So the crowd was trying to touch him, and I had gone there, you know, been hearing George Weah. Everybody wanted to know who George Weah, was at the time playing football. So I had just gone to touch him, like they gave him a blessing, say, oh no, victory tomorrow. And luckily we won again 2-1. He scored the second goal in that game. Kevin Sibwe scored the first goal. So that was the first time. The second time I met him again, we had this game. It was a preliminary round for the 2002 qualifier of the African Cup of Nations in Mali when we were playing Cape Verde. In fact, we played Cape Verde that day. We won 3-0. He scored the first goal, followed by followed by Ellis Brown and Cesar Rabo. So that was on July 16, 2000. So it was 3 years when I previously met him. It was at a hotel, the King Lodge Hotel in Sinker area. The one now he building as mansion. Okay, when we got there, Lone Star was camping there. When we got there, I had gone to see him. To see other players. So he was just passing, and I just ran there, trying to congratulate him. But believe me, man, that experience, I pray that I never have that experience ever in my life.
Why?
Because I was shown. He showed me. He did not even. He didn't even have that passion that, look, I'm meeting a citizen that is challenged of my country or what we are. Let me listen to what this man will want to say. And I had just gone to congratulate him because really I admire him, in that game and the way indeed he was putting Liberia on a map in soccer. So I had just gone there to pay my respect, but I was disrespected by him. All right, Zeze Rabo came and recognized me. And that was how Zeze Rabo, Louis Creighton, Kelvin Segway, the rest of the other former Lone Star players I'm friendly with, that was how we became friends. So yes, I think to answer your question, these are the two instances.
The reason why I'm asking this question, I see you very critical about the We Are administration, and I'm asking you whether you really know We Are personally, because other folks that we talk to, and they talk a whole lot of nice things about We Are. Like We Are is a humanitarian. He's a very down-to-earth guy. He's nice. We have a whole lot of good things about.
No, but then no.
But you on the other side.
No, but let's put it this way. Yes, I'm critical for the right reason, but is my being critical says that he has never been a humanitarian?
No,
I've never spoken against his humanitarian work. Even at the time I met him in Sinker, I didn't go to ask him for anything. I had just gone to congratulate him. So no, I'm coming. No, I'm coming now. I'm coming.
And you keep saying he's in Ep.
No.
And what I want to say is this: if this guy's in Ep, the guy won the election.
No.
He's running the country. He won the election.
Listen.
By 60-something%.
No, let us.
So don't
61.5%. Let me help you. 61.5% according to Jerome Kokoya result.
Yeah, but don't you think you're wrong for what you're saying?
Wrong in what?
That you keep saying that he's in Ep.
Oh no, listen. One thing you should understand. Thank God the America here, we got educated audience.
Okay.
So they will see the reality. If I'm speaking out of triviality, they will know. Look, somebody winning election, it does not take away their ineptitude. All right? Being inept and winning election, that's two different things. You could win the election based on ignorance.
Yeah, but
so no, I'm coming now.
You also got to
winning the election does not mean winning the election does not mean that he's not inept. That's what I want you to know.
Our audience also know that you're from the United Party. All right?
Yes, but
you are from the United Party.
I am, which I will never deny.
You guys have 12 consecutive years as the ruling party. All right? And if the people can leave you guys and decide to vote for George, we are winning election, don't you think it says something?
No, in the first place, I told you I don't just want to open some Bandura box. George Weah, look, I challenge you. George Weah did not win that election.
How do you say George
No, he didn't. No, he didn't win the election. I'm telling you.
There.
No, listen. Hey, my brother. Now, you see, I don't like to be repetitional. And you forcing me to be repetitional. Maybe for the sake of some audience who just coming on, I said something in which I'm about to say again. The 1985 and the 1927 election
are
the two worst elections ever in the history of Liberia.
Okay.
Everyone knows how those elections went. But if you count in the history, it will tell you that Charles D.B. King and Samuel Kayando won these two elections. But it does not negate the fact that these two elections that we always talk about in our history were manipulated. In fact, history today tells us that these two elections, the 85 and the 1927 election, almost saw Liberia losing her independence and her sovereignty. But it doesn't negate the fact that Samuel Kayando and Charles D.B. King were never president. But what matters is how they became president. That is why we're talking. So I am telling you, I am not denying that George Weah is not president. George Weah's legitimacy cannot be questioned.
No.
It cannot be questionable.
Yeah.
For the fact that Weah won the election, even though he was recognized lately by our oldest traditional partner, the United States, Weah was inaugurated January. When was he recognized? June. By President Trump. That was when President Trump sent him a letter of congratulations. So it almost like it is almost like Joseph Anderson celebrated his birthday. He ate the soup, he ate everything. He had even forgotten probably which soup he ate. Then I say I am a friend to Joseph Anderson. Then 5 months later, 4 or 5 months later, I called Joseph Anderson. I said, "Oh my man, you celebrated your birthday January. Congratulations." I mean, that is, just like somebody trying to show your insignificance.
Okay, now
so this issue of we are winning election, look, I tell you, if my standing bearer Ambassador Joseph Imam Bouaka had not conceded for the sake of the Marxist, you got family in Liberia. Apparently, by now, you would have been talking about going for memorial service because Liberia was on a time bomb just as it is on a time bomb now. People would have died. There would have been electoral violence like the one you saw in Kenya in 2007. That saw the current president Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto go and the current vice president William Ruto of Kenya going to the Hague on allegation of instigating electoral violence. But thank God that there was not sufficient evidence to substantiate that, so they were released.
Okay.
So
right.
But
at
now
you want because that's what I wanted to ask you. That was law. They went to court.
It's what is no. Don't get that with me. That is what makes me a sophisticated intellectual.
Yeah, no.
I'm always informed of what I say.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
no one takes that away from
yeah,
me.
But
so like I was saying to you.
Okay.
The election in 2017 was going to plunge Liberia into serious calamity. Our standard bearer was not, somebody who thought that he must be president at all costs. He was only looking for an opportunity to serve. And it was manipulated for whatever reason to the enemy of the country. By the enemy of the country.
So you're telling that you don't trust the court system. That's what you're saying because
no. But first of all,
no. That the scripture say they went to court.
No, the court system. The court system is not trusted.
They went to court.
But I just told you
they went to court, and they went through the court, and the result came out that George Weah won the election. There was not sufficient evidence, that you said. There wasn't enough evidence to say anything, and we have won the election. Let's go to no. Listen, let's go.
No. Wait. You just said something. No. You just said something. Who told you that there were not enough evidence about that election being rigged?
If they were going to be enough, if they had enough.
There were evidence.
They were going to go back.
No, there were evidences. You know why?
So you want to say you guys?
You know why it didn't go back?
Why?
The reason why the election was never rerun, I told you. You just asked me about my trust in the justice system. The justice system is corrupt. It's manipulated. And let me tell you, these are some of the reasons why Liberians are suffering now. Because no investor wants to go into a country that has a questionable judiciary system.
You're talking about
and we saw that being displayed in the 2017 election. You have overwhelming evidence of how the election was rigged. People, ballot boxes were found. The top of ballot boxes were found in areas. Ballot stuffing went on. Even as I speak to you, the electoral, the voter roll was messed up. One person's name was in the system for 4 or 5 times. If I Noah Zawu Gibson, for example, you have 6 Noah Zawu Gibson in the system. You have 300,000 addendum listings that were created that was never in the voter roll. All of these things went on. But today, people still say, George, we are one election. Yeah, we have to take it because we love our country. In the first place, I think the CDC issues need to be magnanimous enough to even say kudos to the Unity Party, because when they were defeated in 2005, they did not concede. They did not conceive. Which the evidence was there that they were. They did not conceive. They talked about cheating. In 2011 again, they didn't conceive. In fact, in 2011, what they intended to do, they wanted an interim government. That is the reason why you saw on November 7, they staged that demonstration. What was meant to interrupt or disrupt the runoff election that was planning for the 8th of November. And if they had succeeded in that, Lrtn would have expired in 2012. It means the international community were going to talk about power sharing government for new election, which Lrtn wouldn't may not have been interested in any longer. So, but their calculation failed. So they provoked the security forces, and it was unfortunate that the shooting incident went on that saw innocent life, got lost on November 7, where they called that their so-called Black Monday. And so, I mean, unlike the evidences were there, how the 2017 election went, I mean, but yet, the peace remains paramount to Liberians. So, we didn't want to jeopardize an innocent life. Liberia is bigger than just one institution called Unity Party. Even if we had not lost the 2017 election, we would have lost one day. Unity Party was never going to be in power forever. So I'm not angry because Unity Party was defeated, but I'm angry because of the kind of hands that the country is in. The country is in the hands of group of jokers that call themselves leaders. More especially from the executive headed by the mastermind ineptitude man George Weah.
Okay, let me ask you something. You just said something about investor. You said no investor come in the country. I just listened to Eugene Fancon today. He said that they have 100 and something investors that came to the country. But you guys in the opposition are angry. Every time you talk, you say no investor coming in, more coming. So you keep saying that they are not making progress. But on the other side, what we're getting from the information ministry, they are making progress. They are making a lot of progress. So what do you mean by no investor coming in the country when the minister of the deputy minister just said today that they got more investors coming in the country? What you say to that?
Look, I will tell you. The CDC,
because I know you want to say. I know you want to say.
Government.
You want to say. Oh, what you expect Eugene from going to say because you're from the ruling party?
No, I'm coming now.
But also you from the opposition. You're from the opposition bloc. So why should people believe you?
The CDC-led government is an inventor of a university for lies. That's how I want to categorize them. Or that's the characterization I want to place them in. And what am I mean about this? These 100 investors that you heard Eugene Fancon talked about today, do you know when we've been hearing about them? The head of the National Investment Commission, the NRC, I just forgetting his name. He held a press conference in December of last year. He pronounced that those investors were already in the country since last year. They seen Eugene Fancon today that talked about the fake investors that he's claiming that are in the country. They seen Eugene Fancon held a press conference, an elaborate press conference about the failed Lrtn and Iboma loan that even placed the country image into serious integrity credibility with the international community. So is this the kind of individual you want to believe? As a professional journalist, you must be joking. You must be joking. You must be joking.
Let me ask you something about the map of exercise that went on in Liberia.
But you're talking about the fight against corruption now. I think that's where we're coming now.
Yeah, let me ask you about this, right? George Weah. I mean, this is the guy who the people believe in so much, and they voted for him, right? He became president. What will you say when it comes to corruption? Well, what will you say when it comes to corruption? You think, let's say from 1 to 10, what will you place George Weah when it comes to fighting corruption? Because I listened to George Weah the trip for the map exercise, the 25 million that got missing, the 16 billion dollar that we're talking about. I know the president said anybody that will be found guilty, and for that will face the full weight of the law. You've been in Liberia, you've been watching Liberia. When it comes to corruption, what do you think? What do you think the president stands when it comes to that?
Look, the Lrtn government corruption was working,
Okay.
but this current regime
Oh, the
corruption
corruption was working.
of course.
Okay.
This current
So
government,
you agree that it was corrupt?
of course.
Okay.
No, listen.
All right.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
This is
Go ahead. Go,
no,
continue.
I'm coming. This is a global platform.
All right.
I didn't come here to speak from the prejudice perspective.
Okay.
I didn't come here to prejudice thing. I must be honest so the viewer should get a clear understanding of what I am talking. I didn't come here to be one-sided. The United Party government was not perfect. It was not rosary. Even the current challenges in the country, they created some. They created some mess as well. We created some mess. I must be honest with that. But the Lrtn government, like I said, corruption was working. But this we-are-led government is flying. It's not working. It's flying with speed and accuracy. Now, this takes me to the question you asked. What has he done or what is he doing when it comes to the fight against corruption? Absolutely nothing. That's just the answer. Nothing. Everything is just on the basis of false pretense. It's on a pretentious basis. He's doing nothing. And the first thing, how can he do anything when he himself, he's the champion of corruption?
Well, how do you know that?
He is.
How do you know that?
The reason I am telling you, you say, how do I know that?
Then how do you know that?
He deeds.
Which deeds you talking about?
He clandestine deeds.
Then how? Why?
Like how? Okay, coming to the mobbing exercise you talked about.
It's under investigation, you know that?
What kind of investigation?
They got a team set up and they're under investigation.
No, it's just a mirage. They're cajoling you. Leave that. Don't be cajoled by that. You are too intelligent to be cajoled by that. I am from there. I just coming from there. I'm telling you, I know what's happening. In the first place, when the $16 billion situation came about, when they set up the presidential investigative team, the PRT headed by Charles Coffey, and when we were not satisfied, we took to the street under a group called Cocky-Bound, bring the Citizen United to bring back our money on September 24th.
So you were part of that? You were part of the protest?
Every demonstration against the George Weah-led government for positive change, I will be part of it. In fact, sometimes I feel guilty once I am not part of any demonstration that stands against the wrong thing that George Weah is doing. I feel guilty.
So the next protest, you're going to obviously be in Liberia for that.
I can't even wait to arrive in Liberia.
Okay.
So as I was saying to you, when they set up the team, in collaboration with the USA investigative auditing firm, they went into the investigation surrounding this $25 million. And it was clear that Samuel Twe was implicated. What did the president do? The president set up a team to investigate. In fact, he immediately told the GSC to commission an audit into that. He told the audit would have been up, the audit report would have been up in a scope of 2 weeks. That 2 weeks took nearly 3 months. And when it came, they were able to sugarcoat some things, the window dress some things to protect Samuel Twe, because Samuel Twe is the confidant of George Weah. When George Weah gets ready, because he believes in spending off budget, which is very unprofessional. When he gets ready, when he gets ready, George Weah, I mean, when he gets ready, Twe give me 10 million.
Was Samuel Twe implicated in the report?
Yes, Twe was implicated.
How Twe were implicated in the report?
Twe were implicated because
no.
Are you not still satisfied? No. Listen now. Are you asking me how was he implicated?
Yeah, but
Twe is the who chairs the economic management team?
Samuel Twe.
Okay.
Okay. Samuel Twe not patron. Okay. Well, let me say this to you. There's a team that's set up to go and investigate. Why can't you guys wait and see what happened?
Look, my brother, I am telling you, wait, not waiting, the culture of impunity continues in Liberia. Not only from George Weah is just continuing what he met. The only worst part about it is that he is making it, he's expanding on it from bad to worse, because there is different from something being bad and something being worse.
Okay, to the audience, I just posted Noah Zao number, both numbers in Liberia, and it's on there. 0886 350 857, and the second one is 0777 148 648. That's his number in
Liberia.
So if you want to get in touch,
if you call it now, you won't get me until I get back to Liberia.
States, so those of you who have stuff and you want to help and do something for the disabled community in Liberia, as I would say, he's trying to work on something. He's trying to put something together and trying to see whether he can do something back home. So the number is on the screen, and that is on the post. I just posted it on Facebook and YouTube. You can also call the number on there too. I just posted the number. So you can get in touch. Now that go back to the economy, the rate. I spoke to a couple of folks in Liberia, and they said the rate going up so high, and one thing we've been watching the rate, and another thing that we see. I spoke to somebody. They told me they got some ratchets coming on, and the city is like completely dirty. What's going on with that? What's your take? Because the Lrtn administration, I know the Lrtn administration, I was in Liberia, I visited Liberia. Yeah, things was not the way it is right now. But this government is very challenging. There are a lot of challenges they have. And looking at the trash and looking at everything, from my understanding, you guys, the guys from the Unity Party, caused all the problem that's actually happening. That's going on.
Look, I told you the Unity Party did not run a perfect administration.
Okay.
No government runs a perfect system.
Yeah, but you guys being so hard on this government,
I'm coming now.
You know that they didn't create
it. No, but you see,
but you guys want them.
You need to give me a chance.
You want
Let me lay my premise.
You want things to happen overnight.
This
like
is a
tomorrow
critical
morning, everything should be in place.
No, this is a critical era we've reached.
Okay.
So I wish you give me a chance. Let me expand.
Okay, go ahead.
So the audience can really have a fair appreciation of where or what I'm driving at. Like I told you, we didn't run a perfect system in Liberia. I'm talking about the Unity Party. If you compare where the Unity Party, what the Unity Party inherited and what this government inherited, we inherited a complete broken system as compared to what this government inherited. When the Unity Party came, When the Unity Party government took over on January 16, 2006, we were not even admitted into the interstate system. When you read public administration, anyone who reads public administration will know what the interstate system is. We were cut off from the interstate system. Liberia was like a failed state. You could drive from Red Light to Broad Street in big ditches, a lot of potholes, and besides that, infrastructure, we were zero. Electricity, we had 0 megawatt. We were nowhere. Budget 80 million, national budget of a country, which I can just say is just around something like a high school budget here for the US, or maybe your clinic. So we inherited all those challenges. We managed to restore the country image, the lost image of the country, back to the international community or the global community, and we were able to invest in infrastructure. So our first term, it was very challenging. We took a complete failed system, took over from the failed system, more than what the CDC took over from. Now, it was our second term. Things start to fall apart because the former president tried to listen to her son so much, Robert Salib, and that was where actually things went wrong with the Unity Party regime, honestly speaking. But if compare that with the CDC, we took over a budget of 80 million. The CDC took over a budget of over 500 plus million. Now, we took over a zero percentage megawatt electricity. The CDC government took over a 126 megawatt electricity.
But you have support
including
coming.
it.
You have support coming from all over the place.
But then the question
The
that
support will coming from all over the place. But look at the CDC government
the question should be
depleted
asked.
everything.
No, listen. The question.
Credibility is gone.
No, that's not true. The question.
Everything was
No,
depleted.
listen. The question that should be asked: who stops the CDC-led government from putting stringent policy measures into place, like the United Party-led government, to attract those same support that the United Party, was attracting?
So
you don't
believe they are doing it?
No,
they left the country in a because the president said he took over a broke country.
Okay,
a broke country.
All right. This is where
there
now
was nothing there.
No,
everything was to a standstill. So he scrapped right now, 1 year in a year, and so you've been there for almost 12 years.
Okay, listen.
All the support.
No, you see,
everything you have, everything you gotta be,
everything. You gotta be honest to this conversation.
Of course,
because
of course,
when I'm saying you have to be honest, I told you. Listen, I gave a comparison as it relates to how did we take over, or where did we take over from, and where did the CDC government take over from. Compare the government. We took over a national budget of 80 million. They took over a national budget of 500 million.
Yeah, but
and then we also took over.
We hearing a lot of debt.
No, listen.
There were a lot of debt.
No, listen.
There were a lot of taxes.
Listen.
You're talking about 500 million.
No, listen.
But the 500 million is not just sitting there.
No, listen.
You gotta create. You gotta generate that.
It is. Listen,
okay?
Joseph.
So okay.
Listen. Even the 80 million we even took over from when I was also sitting there.
Of course.
So
you have a lot of support.
Everyone knows that budget is projection. Everyone knows that. Our budget is a cash-based budget. Budget that we run in the country. Everyone knows that. But my point here, I want you to understand is this. What you are not understanding. They inherited a system already that we put into place. The support or the supports that were coming from the global community for the United Party-led government, those supports were not coming because the people love the United Party government so much. We were putting system into place, policies that met international standard, which the international community respected.
And you expect that to be done in 1 year, 1 year, 6 months?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did most of them. Listen, we did most of those things in almost 1 year. In almost 1 year, 6 months. Most of those policies we put in.
So right now you think that things are not falling in place?
So for them, they didn't come there to put them into place. They were already into place. All they needed to do just follow them and improve on it. But instead, because they lacked the technical know-how, so they broke down everything. They damaged everything in the twinkle of an eye. Now, this takes me now to another question that you ask about he inheriting a broken economy. That's not true. You see, God never sleeps. This man told the world during his first State of the Union address.
Yes.
On January 29, 1 week after he took office, that he inherited a broken economy, right?
Yeah.
And what he said?
Yeah.
All right. On January 28 this year, which was his second annual message, he said what he met in January 2018 declined by 1.7% this year. So if he didn't meet anything there previously as you claim, how did it decline? Where declination will come from?
That's the question I want on CDC. If you're from the CDC, and you are on here and you're watching, the number is on the screen. You can call and ask a question if you want to ask a question. Call and ask. Noah Zawa is in the studio. Call and ask any question you want to ask concerning national issues that are concerning the Republic of Liberia.
Coming with the exchange rate, the economy, they didn't create that. They inherited it, honestly speaking. This started as far back as from the Ebola situation in Liberia, when Ebola struck in Liberia.
Yeah.
You notice businesses decline, investors pull out, and they draw down of oil mill, and
natural resources drop,
the decline in the prices
of natural resources
on the world market, such as iron ore.
All the NGOs,
so Madam Sally said these things, and the CDC said that it was never true. They in fact they poisoned the mind of the Liberian people that was false. But guess what? When they took over, just few months into their presidency, they start to give the same justification for the rate going up. So it means the United Party was telling the people the right thing. They misled the people. Something that they denied when the United Party was saying. Now they are now trying to give the people same excuses. So my problem I have with them, I am not saying that when they took over the exchange rate was better because the rate was in 130. It was in 130 when they took over. So my point with them is that when they took over, what we expected them to do, the technical know-how that the Unity Party never had, that the claim that the Unity Party never had, that they have, we expect them to put those measures into place to bring the exchange rate down. Because not to give the people, I'm coming, not to give the people, not to give the people the same excuses the Unity Party led government was giving.
So you say they don't have the technical know-how right now? That's what you're saying?
If they had the technical know-how, the rate would even have been beyond 200 now. And the rate will reach 300.
But you think if you had Unity Party that are going to take the rate down, because you just said
Unity
Party was there.
No, listen.
Unity Party was there and the rate was going up.
Yes. If the
Unity
all the challenges.
Yeah, listen. And what caused the rate to go up?
Yeah, listen.
All right.
If we had a Unity Party there, if the Unity Party has succeeded itself, but now things would have been, mechanism would have been put into place. I can tell you, the rate would have come down.
Okay, so that's it. You guessing.
Getting me?
Because
I'm not guessing because
they created the problem.
No, listen.
They created the problem.
Listen.
And now they left.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
But when the CDC government came, they should have at least done their best to keep the rate within the range of 130. Then they would have a grant. People would have said, look, they did not create a medic. But you can't get a rate in 200 plus. You know the distance from 130 to 200 plus? So it's far. When the rate was in 130, a 25 kg bag of rice was sold for $1,850 to $1,875. But now it is in 200. A 25 kg bag of rice is sold for $3,000.
Okay, hold on.
So you see the disparity there?
Call out your name and where you calling from.
Good afternoon, my brother. My name is Avi. I'm calling you from Massachusetts.
Avi, Quebec Davis. Is it Quebec Davis on there? Okay, Avi, go ahead.
Yes, my man. Noah, my man. Welcome to the States, my man. How are you?
Thank you very much, Alvin.
Yeah, Noah, my man. I sent you a text, but you didn't respond to it. You not too far from me. Anyway, just to go to the issue, man. Noah, let me tell you something, my brother. I challenge the citizens to come on your platform to defend themselves. They will never do it because they know they don't have nothing to say.
So you from the Unity Party too?
No, I think it's not a matter of where he's from.
Yeah,
it's not a matter of where he's from. I think let him speak his mind.
Let's forget about which of the party.
No, we want to be fair on here because you call and you just call, you talk to this guy.
No,
and
let the man speak his mind.
Okay, so I just want to just
he
to
may
let
not
the
be from the
audience, for the
Unity
sake of
Party,
the
but
audience.
he may have
But get him a
similar
chance to talk.
ideology.
Let him talk for himself.
No,
yes, go ahead.
Okay. I'm not for any party.
Okay.
I'm not even allowed to vote.
Okay, we just want to establish that. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Noah, I've been following you for a long time, even from back home. And I even watching the page and see a lot of people writing some nonsense, but that is the business. Let me tell you, my brother. Noah, I just came from Liberia like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
When you cannot give a motorboat rider a truck to drive. That is the situation that this government have found themselves in, and there is no way that they can take themselves off. When you go to Liberia, it's like a no man land. Everybody is doing everything that they want to do. There is no direction because they don't know the technical know-how. They don't have the technical skills.
So it was better than Eddington. That's what you're saying. Eddington was much
2 million times. 2 million times. Don't even do that comparison. 2 million times.
But it's an irony. In fact, that is an irony. Accidental irony.
And the funny thing about it is that the same thing that those guys, when they were in the opposition, they spoke against, they are even doing the worse than what they used to be talking. What they used to be talking about. The corruption is very high, and the corruption is glaring. There's nothing in it. You know, Ellen was corrupt, but she rather she did it on a professional skill. But this one, because they don't have the technical know-how, even to steal. All right, so it's like they're just stealing, and I'm so sorry for those Liberians that keep
blowing the horn or keep bowing down to these guys. You know, it is so pathetic. But look, no, I will call you, and you are not too far away from me. Thank you for doing a good job, and brother, at least I hope. I don't know whether you will be here or you will go back. This will not be your first and your last
I'm going
time.
back. I'm going back.
Okay, this should not be your first time, your first and your last time visiting here. Keep advocating. You know the reason a lot of people are not educated. I'm sorry to say, so they are so blind. They have not traveled. At least you travel and see this kind of lifestyle, even not in the country, but even to our close on African countries, is you cannot even compare in nowhere to Liberia. That is just because they have like a dark clouds still on their faces. So continue speaking on, my brother. Thank you so much for your show, and thank you for the guest that want to know which of the party I'm from. No problem. I'm from the All Liberia party.
Point of correction, I'm the host, and Noah is
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I call you guest.
Okay, I'm the host, Noah is my guest.
Yeah, so Mr. Host, my own party is Liberia.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
Okay, I got who on here is Hans Yancey. He's saying that guy talking is confused. That's why he's wearing dark glasses. The message you confused. That's why you're wearing dark glasses. I don't want the comments on here. Okay, the person say, "Oh, what's up, big brother?" Noah Zao, Gibson. This is and the host, Mr. Anderson. I am following you guys live from Bourgeois Island, Maserado County, Liberia, and thanks. Let me see. Thanks last day to the Liberian Radio and Television Network family for the live broadcast. Okay, and let me see the other person. Let me see who's saying something else here. The writing son, I know that French or that white writing, I don't understand that.
Yeah, you
so,
passed.
Yeah, so the other person watching from South Korea. Wow, somebody's watching from Canada, and we have most of our people who always fighting us in the Philadelphia area. Want to say welcome. We got Christian Marcos. We have I have Sharp is on there. Alma Salif, and I see somebody here, Gibson. The name is Gibson too. I don't know who Gibson is this, but it's Javon Gibson, and I think she's an American or something. We want to say welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We got our guest, and he's in here he's watching, and Noah is better sincere. They lost. Okay, so Noah, let's go back. Okay, now let's go to.
Yeah, but I don't know whether you will have some time to really open the. I mean, let's hear from the audience now because I've been.
The number is on the screen. The number is on the screen, and I'm giving everybody the opportunity to call.
Let me respond to Arvin what he was saying.
Before you say that the number is on the screen.
Oh, okay.
It's 215-954-135 or 75. That's what people calling. So if you see the number on the screen right below us, call that number. And you can talk directly to us, and you can give us your opinion and ask your question if you have. So go ahead, Noah.
Yes, like I was saying to you, let me say a big thank you to Arvin for buttressing me. But Arvin, I'm not deterred about who writes nonsense or who doesn't write nonsense. CDC is the reservoir of nonsense. So definitely you will expect nonsense to come from there. I mean, you wouldn't expect any sense to come from CDC. You must be living in a dream world if you would think sense will come from CDC. So why would you think CDC will write sense? So it's nothing. I'm not surprised. I would have gotten surprised if they were to write. I mean, sense.
The Unity Party too. So the Unity Parties do the same thing too. They always come and arrest two against, right?
So what I want to say, to the guy I know hangs for who say I'm confused. I mean, I'm wearing dark shades because. I mean, it's what makes me confused. Yeah, I am confused because I'm exposing the ills of your slave master, George Weah, that you have enslaved yourself to. And that's the reason why I'm confused. But if I were blowing, I would have said that George Weah is Messiah, he's doing well. Oh, definitely, I would have been composed. So, in your description or definition of being confused, let me be confused until Christ comes. I accept that. Thank you.
Okay, let me ask you something. when it comes to development in Liberia, there are a lot of development going on.
I think you have a call.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me see. Okay, call out your name and where you calling from.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Anderson. My name is Sunokone and I do call from Liberia.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me say hello to Mr. Jason is still there.
Okay.
Mr. Jesse, thanks for your collaboration. So I would like to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Jesse, can you at least, can you please at least for a minute tell me what are some of the things that you really admire CDC for? Because almost all of what I've heard you said is almost against CDC. So have you ever seen something good out of CDC at least? And what are those things that you like to talk about? Positively about CDC.
Okay, just stay right on the line. Just stay right on the line. Let me respond to that very quickly. The only positive thing I see about CDC, because you said what are some of those things you pluralize it. I only have singular for you, not plural. So the only positive thing I see about the CDC is their continual persistence in their nonsense. That's all.
Okay. You listen to that? That's the only thing you see about CDC? Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Their commitment, their continuous commitment in their nonsense. That's all.
So you don't see nothing about the road construction that's going on?
No, he said in CDC.
Okay.
He didn't say the government, right?
Okay, in CDC. Okay.
The government. So except now he says CDC.
I'm referring to the government.
Oh no, CDC is not the government. No. Then you should have said the CDC.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So what are some of the good things you see?
Okay, the CDC-led government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what are the good things that you really talk about the CDC-led government?
Well, I think
Mr. Jesse.
No, but give me a chance now.
Go ahead, Cora. Go ahead.
The government, the CDC-led government. I'm talking about the CDC-led government now.
Okay, go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
The good thing I see about the CDC-led government, the little good, is to be able to continue on a past project. Even though good number of them they are deviating from the good ones they met, but at least
they say the good one. You still talking about negative. You still talking about the other ones.
At least to a very little extent, they've been able to a little good extent, they've been able to continue with some of the good works that the Unity Party government started, like the Somalia Dry Road, the right lane that they are on now. That agreement was signed 2017 March 14, and they came and they implementing that. Yes, like the 4-lane road from Coca-Cola factory to ERWA Junction to
everything was signed by the government.
Of course.
There was nothing that was done by the CDC government. There was nothing that was done by them.
No, for the fact that they continuing it, it's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing to continue it.
There was nothing that was put for. What about the military hospital that is coming up? What about the military hospital that is coming up? What about the market?
Okay, I like the way. Wait. I like the way.
What about the Lrtn
Hold on. I like
free
the way.
college education.
I'm coming. Hold on now. But the caller is still on the line.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
Can you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we give the caller a chance to respond?
Yeah,
I will respond to all of these things you're talking about, free education and what of it. Now, the dual community role. That's why I said.
Caller, we'll have to let you go because we have another call coming. Another call going to come in. Okay. He's going to answer your question. He's going to answer your question. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, this is what I said.
Okay, so boy and man say Noah is not being real yet.
Come again?
Somebody saying you're not being real yet.
Of course, I will never be real. I will never be real. You think
so
I will be real? So all the
success and everything that's coming up, and you still saying that there's nothing they're not doing.
No, I think you're getting it wrong.
Okay, they are not.
I said for continuing on.
Okay, yeah,
those things.
Okay.
Those projects that they met. For continuing those projects. That's a good thing.
That's the only good thing you say?
Yes.
So So that's why I'm asking you. So the
But that's what I said. Yes.
The Mediterranean hospital that is coming up.
Has it? You said you didn't say that has
It's
come
coming up. It's coming
you
up.
You said that you didn't say that has come up. You said it's coming up
It's
until
coming
it
up.
comes. No, until it comes
The
up.
dual community role.
Until my
The
brother,
people using
my
that
brother,
already.
my brother. I
Yeah.
was coming America
Free
until I
college
arrived.
education.
Listen, I was
Free
coming.
college education.
Listen, I'm coming. Let me lay them down one by one.
Uh-huh.
I was coming America until I learned, until I touched the soil of America. I was never in America.
Of course.
So, So you said that it's coming up. You didn't
Okay.
say that has come up. So until it's still in progress. And in the first place, that military hospital you're talking about, if we want to be more honest, the president's personal project has even gone faster than the national project of the country. Is that the kind of commendation you want
But
me
you
to
can't
give?
compare the president had the president's a rich guy. He had his money before.
No,
He had $80 million. He had the money. So we're not talking about. We're talking about what the president did.
I mean, leave
So
that. Leave that.
So you don't see anything.
President Trump here has been a very successful businessman before he became president.
Okay.
And every Americans
But
saw
we
his
was
investment.
successful too.
Every American.
We was successful man before become president.
He was successful. He was successful.
No, become president.
Football success, right?
He had money. He was rich.
Yeah.
He was rich. He had money, right?
Yeah. What did we see? What did we see? What are the tangibles?
We have property in New York.
Yeah.
We have property in Florida.
My man.
We have good bank account.
Yeah. How much?
From what they say, according to the election, we have $80-something million. He worth $80-something million.
All right, go to the National Election Commission website. All the 20 presidential candidates of 2017 declare their assets. Go check that.
Okay, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, go check that. Whether you see 87 million. If you see 87 million, then I join CDC.
You're John CDC?
Yeah, I will join CDC.
Okay, to the audience.
Go there.
The number is on the screen. We want you to call that number. 215-954-1375. Can you call that number and say, and I see people throwing the stuff here, some people angry and some people loving you, some people liking you. I don't know what to say.
But that is it.
Yeah, I think those that liking are all United Party people.
No,
those on the United Party are
okay,
telling you, say, yeah, they're happy what you're saying.
Okay, those are hating me. Those are hating me are all seditions.
Yeah, okay. So we're saying that there's people saying that you're not being fair.
Yeah, but I will never be fair because I'm exposing.
Right.
I will
never
never
be
be
good things that are happening.
No, that's true. The good things.
So what you would say about the free college education? You don't have any people across the country not paying school fee right now.
No, but find out whether it is even functioning. That's the thing. You see, let me tell you this. As a student of public administration,
service.
No, listen.
All of
man, I don't like how you conduct it. No, listen. If you bring these points, give me chance. Let me further expound. Let people. Yes. Yeah, give me chance. All right. Let me tell you the free college education you're talking about.
Okay.
Liberians in that country are good. Liberians in that country are just people. Everything will always look new to them because they are not a good recession. Good number of them. Now, the George Weah government was not a very first person to even pronounce higher education free. He was not the first to pronounce free university education. We from the United Party did it. The Lrtn College, the Lrtn Medical College. The Lrtn government declared the Lrtn Medical College free. You know what she did when she came? She saw priorities areas. So what she did, she knew that we need more doctors because when she came, we just have something like a little over 50 doctors in the whole country. Just imagine that kind of disaster. So what she did, she declared a free tuition for the Lrtn Medical College. Even with standard, you have to meet a GPA of 3 points, at least, to be eligible for that scholarship. Not like the CDC government who doesn't believe in standard. They say, poor people spoil the country. That's a platform if they want on. But the Lrtn government attached standard to that. So what would they say about those who are getting free education from the Lrtn Medical College? That what? Who did that first? We were the one, and we were able to sustain ours. Today, it runs up to now, and they were getting 200 USD as stipend to encourage them to study. Even now, it doesn't even come on time as they were coming during the Unity Party regime because the economy has completely collapsed under the George Weah failed regime. Now, coming to the UL. When he went on October 24th of last year and made that empty pronouncement that all public colleges and universities should be free. If you read public administration, there are 5 stages in formulating policies. That was in violation of all the 5 stages. The US that I'm sitting here, since I've been here, the 1 month I spent in the US here today makes me 1 month as I wound down my visit to get out of here back to Liberia. I never heard any free university here. I know people go to school here from, through student loan.
Yeah, they got scholarship.
Okay.
And they'll give
Yeah,
you.
through student loan as well. All right. But unlike you took over an economy that was seriously challenging, you come and declare free education. You don't even. Just they not even know that you don't politicize education. There are two critical areas in the country you don't politicize: education and health. You don't politicize the two areas, you will run into trouble. So he just thought by making that mere pronouncement, it means that he would have been the most celebrated president. Today, as I speak to you, students of the University of Liberia go to school. Professors don't even come to teach because the tuition that was helping with the operational aspect of that university, he's crashing out. So even
look, $4 million. They just give $4 million.
No, listen to me.
No,
listen. I think except now maybe they added 500,000 more. But when I was there, he said 3.5 million. That was what I heard.
Yeah,
so
I think if I'm gonna just say they get something, they give school fees. And they talk about the Wi-Fi. They talk about the
listen,
people going to school free and all of that.
Yeah, listen now. That's what I'm telling you now. There were many issues on that campus than just tuition. The only state university in Africa, if I stand to be corrected, that does not have access to internet connectivity. You left that. Laboratory, no modern laboratory. Libraries, you go there, you find outdated books. You didn't solve no problem. You even go in the laboratory, as I was saying, in this modern time, people still carry copper for experiment in the University of Liberia laboratory. All of those things were left undone. You talk about free tuition, which you cannot even sustain. The Lrtn University in Maryland County, most of the foreign instructors have left. Most of them have left because he cannot sustain, he cannot fund the so-called free tuition declaration. So is that what people should celebrate about? Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something more. When it comes to the protests, the last protests that took place in Liberia, were you disappointed?
Yes, little bit. I was disappointed. And,
my
disappointment was the people leaving the street. We were not to leave the street.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my greatest disappointment. We were not to leave the street. And I think the one that is coming, we want to be. We will insist that the people stay on the street. And
so you're going to be part of it. So you say they want to come in. So you're going to be part of it.
I can't wait to return home. I'm telling you. I am going home. The only thing, my flight schedule changed. I should have left from here next week, Saturday. But I will leave maybe in 3 days, let's say 5 days. Within, 4 days. Yeah, 4 days within the previous time. Above the previous time, I extended a little bit. So I'm not leaving on the 21st again. But let me say this.
Now, before you say that,
the protest,
I got Chia Wilson. Wilson here say that talk show host is a liar. we was not a millionaire before becoming president. Well, that's what we got from the news, and I want to put that on the
Chia, don't hold this again. The talk show host,
no Wi-Fi
just
on
plain,
campus. He said there's no Wi-Fi on campus. That's what we got from the Ministry of Information. Eugene Fangon.
No, but that's what I told you.
Eugene Fangon keep saying that.
No, but this is
Wi-Fi,
okay. So now,
free education.
Yeah,
They pay wire fee.
Okay, so no,
and all of that.
No, the president said waxy fee.
Yeah, he said they pay wire fee and all of that.
He said waxy.
So you saying I'm lying, but we getting our information directly.
No, but you see. So you see. So I think I'm being vindicated here. Even though my nonsense are talking according to seditions, but I'm being vindicated because most of the text messages you're getting are people who are at home and who are going into it. But the only problem I have with Chie,
this person said you're a strong member of the Unity Party. You guys are never satisfied, and all you're doing is to bring George Weah down to his knees, and it will not work.
Who's bringing George Weah down to his knees?
That's what they're saying.
I think George Weah is bringing himself to the knees because
somebody with Rebecca Wilson said Noah, thanks so much for this broadcast. I hope we will see you again. We will see you again
very soon, Rebecca. Very soon, Rebecca. I'm coming with fire, real fire. And I think for me, the solution now in that country is the government needs to go.
So that's what you bought down to?
Yes, the government needs to go. George Weah needs to step down.
Why you
I want the entire world to hear this. Why I should say this?
The last protest you had was
No,
not
no,
the protest you
no,
had.
no.
It's not
Listen.
to beg the president to leave.
No, the protest was about
And
him
the next
making
protest,
demands.
what I heard again,
Ain't
you're
getting
not
me?
trying to make, you're not trying
No,
to tell Joe we have
no,
to
that's
leave.
my, listen, this is my candid opinion. I'm speaking as Noah Zawu Gibson.
As individual.
I'm not speaking as COP, C-O-P.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking as Council of Petra. I'm speaking as Noah Zawu Gibson. George
And
Weah
you
needs,
resort to George Weah leaving.
George Weah needs to go. That's
Why-
the only solution
why-
into
why
that
George
country.
Weah will leave?
He needs
That's
to
the
go
last
because
alternative?
he needs to go because he's not the proper face of the country.
Yeah, but let me ask you
The
something.
country, listen, see the country image now among its community of nations.
But Noah, let me ask you
Liberia
something.
has retrogressed so badly.
Everybody's saying that this guy is not popular. The people don't like him. There are a lot going on, this going on. But whenever George Weah appear to a rally or something, see the amount of crowd that be there.
The strategy is just simple.
Everybody come up.
The strategy is just simple.
The people love this guy so much.
If we are a PS places like the CDC party headquarters that does not even take close to 20,000 pressing, you even carry 15,000 people there, it will look like the entire Monrovia is there. So I mean, what big about that? There's nothing big about that.
Did you saw the launching of
On the 22nd
that was overcrowded.
of June?
It was crowded.
No.
How many people was there?
I don't know what your definition of being overcrowded.
People were there.
Putting few handful of people right on the street to block traffic to make it look like it was crowded. You know when that place started getting packed? 5 p.m. They started to bus people. They took people from some neighboring counties, pay people, put them on buses and took them there. Somewhere around the CDC that I know or that I knew back then, when they say they're locking down Monserrato, they will lock down Monserrato. That was the reality. But was it in the case of that day, June 22nd? You must be joking. Come on, man. Let's talk something real here. George Weah needs to go. I'm telling you, I'm clear about this. And I'm sending this message clear to the diaspora Liberians here. If you sit here and thinking that positive change is coming through George Weah in Liberia, you are not sorry for your people back home. You better join us now. Join this revolution. Join this revolution that some of us are championing home. And this is why I am of no fear. I'm going back home.
Okay, somebody say your hate for the president will make you insane. We're going to take a little break and we'll be right back.
I agree.
We'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
Daddy made it.
Baby, sexy and back, talk it. Look at her front, talk it. Look at her back, talk it. Look at her side. When you see Buju, you know that. Did you see Buju and holla? Did you see Buju and run away? Baby, making some US. That girl carrying some US. Wanna sexy, come over now. Sexy mama, yeah, yeah, yo. Laga, liso. Look at you. Look at you, na. Oh, back on the chest on the play on the dance stand. On yeah, you will get with colors. And I will get with colors. You will respect. Capital B. You will respect. My you in the money child. You will respect. You carry 10, oh, 10. You will respect. 10, oh, 10. Now who can pop on now, baby? Let it try it now, baby. Now who won't compete now, baby? Let it try it now, baby. Okay, look at her back. Okay, look at her front. Okay, look at her waist. Okay, look at her hips. Baby, from out of my okay. Someday she let go be in G. Someday she let go be in dress. Someday she let go be in set. Red, white and blue. International beauty, international body, international baby, international business. They get too expensive, I'm more too attractive, and I'm more too productive. You will respect, capital B. You will respect, my you in the money child. You will respect, you carry 10 over 10. You will respect, 10 over 10. Now who can pop on now, baby?
say we're back, and we had to take a quick break. We in studio with Mr. Noah Gibson. Now I've been asking people to call in and ask a question to Mr. Gibson, and the number is on the screen. A few people call. If you want to call in, you can still call in, and I'm gonna have Mr. Gibson just to give his little, take on tell her a little bit about his. I know he said he's gonna be going back, and I know he's supposed to be going back to what you say, New York, right? New York.
Yeah, it's New York. I'm going to take off because my flight is my flight schedule is to the John F. Kennedy International Airport.
Okay,
yeah,
so you're gonna be
it's where I landed and it's where I'm taking off from.
Okay, so you're gonna be in New York. Now, those of you who live in New York, if you want to meet Mr. Gibson and talk to him,
yeah, you can find me to Staten Island.
Staten Island. Most of the time, I think
350 Vanderbilt.
Okay, most of the time he usually use his Facebook, his Messenger, right?
Yeah. By Tuesday, I will be in Staten Island.
Yeah. So okay. So those of you that are in Staten Island, you can call him on the Messenger, right?
Yes, Messenger.
You call him Messenger, you can get him easily. That's what I usually use to call Mr.
Even now, as I get home, they can call me now on Messenger when I get home. Right.
Okay.
Here
So
in
so those of you that
if I left it on.
Yeah. So, those of you who want to contribute towards some of the things you were talking about concerning the disability in Liberia, you can reach him too and also talk to him directly. And the number on the screen, you can use that number to call me, and I will try to get in touch with him. And mostly, I would appeal to everybody on here. The situation in Liberia concerning disability is it's sad. It's very sad. There are a lot of things in Liberia that you will not believe.
The pussy are lying.
You will not believe some of the things that happen in Liberia. And I met individuals who I talked to who trying to make some effort in Liberia. I know somebody got some nursing home. I've been talking to people, and that's what I'm so glad that we're finally in Liberia. And I'm gonna have my reporter going to places where they can go on the ground and show some of the things that's actually taking place in Liberia. So Noah, you have any department comment before we leave?
Yes.
Talk to the people before we leave.
Let me recap some of what I stated when I started.
Okay.
Actually, the disabled mass needs help in Liberia.
Okay.
This is very serious. Disability, to some extent, is inevitable. I would say definitely some of you are growing older. Old age is another form of disability.
Yeah.
You will get old and you will need to be assisted. So I'm kindly appealing to you people, whatever you can do. Even some of you who don't like me, you're not doing it for me. So you can't say because you hate me, so the other disabled people should die because I'm the face of them, specifically the United Blind Association. You're not doing it for me. For me, to some extent, if it left where I alone, I will go back home and advocate for scholarship to have an advanced study, which I will be doing soon. Because I don't believe that I'm educated on a very serious note. To some extent, I'm educated to a very little extent because the education in Liberia is seriously a challenge. So I want to see myself get educated right here in the U.S. where I see real quality education. But please help with people with disability in Liberia. The two immediate assistance, or the immediate assistance that we need, number one, food for the blind kids to the United Blind Association main campus to LPRC
So that's a serious thing, right? No
yes.
food.
They hardly eat. I did a video, go on my Facebook page, watch some of my videos. I have a platform called Conversation with Noah Zao Gibson, Boy Manstone. You want the regular observers, even though you just wrote your crap that you normally write under my video as usual. But that same place you can write the crap that you have just written. Go there. Go and see some of my videos. The June 8th edition and the June 6th edition. Go there and watch them. No, June 5th and June 8th edition. Go there. You will see the video I did with those blind kids when I was coming here to the US. See them. You will share tears. There were some of you made promises when I was in Liberia. Up to now, you didn't fulfill your promise. Please, If you can't help, don't just make empty promise, because it is a very serious. It's not about me, my people. It's not about me. Like I told you, every cent you want to help with, believe me, send a team in disguise to monitor me. Because perhaps if I know that you're monitoring me, maybe I will say, hey, let me do the right thing. But what I know, I will not be championing a fight against corruption and I'll be corrupt. That is complete opposite to what I preach or what I am preaching. We need to save the blind kids. We need to save their future. They are Liberians. They are human beings. They got the same bloodstream running in your vein. Life is unbearable for them in Liberia.
Yeah.
Specifically the United Blind Association. So we need to feed them every time. How for them to eat is becoming difficult. And number two, we need to construct a very good campus to take them from that LPRC. In fact, that place they are situated is an industrial park. They are just squatting there.
You're talking about just LPRC, but you're talking about across the country.
No.
You have a whole lot across the country.
No, what happened? Listen, what happened? We gotta do it by segment yet. Because mind you cannot overburden the responsibility to the donors.
Of course.
Let the donors let them have a starting point and let them be able to see a dividend. I mean, not just a dividend, but let them be able to see a trickle down effect to where they spend whatever cash they are planning to spend.
Are you planning on engaging the government when you get back? Like after coming to the
about what? Engaging the government for what?
After coming over here and experiencing some of the things that the people were saying over there. Hold on, I got a caller that coming in. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Yeah. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Anderson?
Yeah. Yeah?
How are you?
Yeah, hi, Abba. How you doing? Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay. You calling to contribute to the show?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
That just me just clear from my mind. I just
Okay. Okay.
I'm Noah Zau Gibson.
Yeah, no. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
I just recognize the face.
Okay, hold on 1 second, my brother. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Yeah, call your name. Where you calling from? Yeah, hello? Yeah. Can you lower your volume and talk to us, speak to us? Ignore it. So, hello? Okay, hello? Yeah, caller, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. The other callers.
Mr. Gibson, how you doing?
Yeah,
I'm okay.
This is Cummins, Evangelist Gerald Cummins.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
oh, yes. Back in the days from Radio Sarafina, later on Love FM. Yes.
You got staunch retentive memories.
Yeah. My man, you need to come by with that caravan train, my man.
One of these days, but you've been doing extremely well. Now, I'm keep turning to a group on the scene. I think they're around the Chikisu Factory.
Yeah, they are the one I'm talking about. In fact, hey, look, the God we serve is a very good God. He's one of my witnesses. In fact, he's been one of the contributors. He's been doing very, very well. I saw it that I didn't even, you will not recall all of the good, but I didn't really mean to be that way in not remembering what you done. Yes, that's the people that you sometimes help.
Okay.
Yes, they are the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because currently I got 15 bags of rice that's supposed to be going to your.
Amen. Thank
and
God.
I hopefully by the grace of God, if all goes well, it might get there before the 26th.
Oh, that's good. Thank God for that.
Yeah, so I was wondering when he said LPRC, I was thinking, I said, so what the group, they say another
They
group
are the
somewhere
one.
around there.
They are the one. They are the one.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Yeah,
God.
quite recently, I think we made a contribution of 10 bags and
yes,
I think 10,000
yes.
US dollars.
Yes, I'm aware. Yes, I'm aware of that. I
want to tell you thank you. I was just sitting a few minutes ago airing something on my television. And for some reason, the voice kept telling me go on Facebook. And so I said, when I went on Facebook and I saw you, I mean, you people are doing extremely well. I think it was through you. I was listening to Radio LIB. I wasn't on the air that day. And I was listening to Radio LIB. And you were talking about the plight of people living with disability, most especially the blind people in Liberia. And I sat down for a long time and I said, God, I want you to bless me to be a blessing to these people. I want you to bless me to be a blessing to these people. And I must commend you for all that you continue to do, your stand against corruption, the stand to make sure that people living with disabilities, meaning that the blind folks and the kids in Liberia, that, you know, we see some transformation in their life. It hyped me because I recall every time I would go to Echo Bank or LBDR Bank, the blind folks would be there sinking and they're begging for arms.
Okay, Mr. Cummings, 1 minute, sir.
Hold on,
the
hold
building,
on.
the
Hold
building.
On, hold on 1 second. Mr. Cummings, hold on 1 second. Let me take a quick break. Hold on the line. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Hello.
Take off your shoe before you get struck by the thunders.
Sorry.
You are in the house of Mawu Patopa Osogolisa. There is no fear. So my son, what can I do for you today in my shrine?
Lrtn know plenty. I want for them to be arrested. I want for them to go to jail. I want for them to be deported. I want for plenty bad things to happen to them. I want to hear bad news when they want to get out in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep up on the beat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. T12 on the beat. If you want, yeah, my bad news. You and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, yeah. If you want, yeah, my bad news. You and I, yeah, oh. Yeah, oh, mama. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. Baba thing, yeah. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing. God forbid, Baba thing, yeah. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. Ready the best thing. If you don't want to see me, you must close your eyes. But say, oh mama, enemies of progress. They don't want to see you shine. See you shine, mama. Enemies of progress. They don't want to see.
Okay, sorry, we had to take a quick break.
So you can see,
we had a call that were coming in. Yeah, Mr. Cummings was talking about
so you can
a lot
see
of good things that
you can see confirmation.
Confirmation.
Just look.
Yeah.
You see, the God we serve is honest.
Nova, we have your number, so when you go back, we're going to be in touch with you.
I will not come here and just make up stories.
Yeah. And you're talking about the place the kids sleeping. You say where they sleeping if the place is.
It's very deplorable.
Very deplorable. Okay.
It's very deplorable.
Wow.
You cannot even stand or even turn around in a place easily.
Okay, we want to send a special shout out to Mr. Cummings, who is doing a screaming away.
No.
He just called.
I just forgot to make mention of him, but to admit he been very, very instrumental.
So you actually have Liberians here that are very helping the
yes, he been very instrumental. Okay. You hear the man say he get 15 bag of rice that is ready now to come. So I mean, thanks that I think my advocacy is falling on fertile soil gradually.
Yeah.
I mean, so
somebody's calling. Yeah, call out your name and where you calling from. Hello. Yeah, call
Charles.
Oh, Charles. Okay, go ahead, Charles. Yeah, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, I've been watching your program, but the problem that I'm having is everything that you guys are talking about is not a bad idea. Your guest on your program. Whatever he's saying is a good idea, but the question I want to ask, government always have to play a lead role. Where's the government in everything?
I didn't get that question.
Yeah,
can you read? Can you help
say
me?
Again.
I feel my question is, don't get me wrong, it's a very good thing that Liberians are teaching him to help. But the question that I have,
government still have to play a lead role. What's the government all of this?
Look, you know, it just because you asked, so I will answer you. I think that question belongs to the government. Please don't get me wrong. I don't mean to be some way, sarcastic, to you, which I will not do because you sound very professional and I have so much respect for you. I don't have to know you before I respect you. But that question belongs to the government because they need to know their responsibility. I don't think they need to be told their responsibility.
I mean, you're absolutely right, because the country is 47,000 square miles, a whole lot of land. Why the government not creating jobs?
That's the question. Same question we keep
Why?
asking. Why
You
should
understand?
you?
Why? I mean, it's pathetic. Why you have a government that treats its own people like animals? Because, like, I have friends who even want to go back to contribute, but because the people suffering so much, everybody corrupt.
Yeah.
So even if people go back home and even try to invest, they charge you so much money just to get your stuff for free food, and people end up losing stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people giving up.
You see, that's what I'm saying. So why the government is not playing a lead role? And just to add what our brother said, you understand? I mean, I don't have the power to tell we have to step down, but the truth is, if he's not doing the will of the people, the reason he was elected.
No, don't say. No, excuse me. Let me correct you. Don't take away your authority. How will you say you don't have the power? The power is inherent in you, according to Article 1 of the Constitution. You have the power to tell him to step down. You do. The Constitution gave you that power as a Liberian. Not because you are in a diaspora. Anything happens in Liberia, it affects you indirectly. You got people there.
Oh, absolutely.
You got people there. They borrow you every now and then. If you were remitting $200 there before, you are now quadrupling that amount, which also affects your income here as well. Yeah, you pay a lot of bills so much. You go through a lot of challenges. Yeah. So don't say you don't have the power to tell him to step down. You do. You do.
No, and I understand what you're saying, but you see, it's so sad. You listen to all these different talk shows, and you have people who support this man.
Yeah.
And
the supporters stay there.
I listen to them. You understand? And they have no general reason. Because my thing is, most of them connected to people who either work in the government and stuff like that. And it's just all about speeding.
Besides that.
And no, not to cut you off. And you would think that as Liberians will surpass her, because the Congo people came and did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the Congo, I would say the Congo people came, did the same thing. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Their kids was executed. Samuel Doe came and did the same thing. What happened? We went through a bloody genocide. You understand? So why is the same cycle still being repeated? That's the thing I don't get.
Yes.
Why?
That's why now we need a radical approach to break that cycle. That is the reason why you here in the diaspora, you should not sit and fold your hand. You should be able to join us that are on the front line. Even if you cannot come physically, your support, your moral support or whatever support can be there, and you can rally around here through one front. You can rally. I mean, that's why you got the Lrtn Association here. Of course, everybody will not be on your side here, which even call himself as enemy. So who are we to not have enemy? But the fact of the matter, you don't have to leave it with we alone. You need to join the fight. Don't sit down and fold your hand. There will be a change, and this change is coming only when we are more determined. Let me tell you, we are in the majority, but we don't realize that we're in the majority because we don't want to be more aggressive and determined with the change. That's the problem.
It's true. You're absolutely right. Because, it's sad, that in the 21st century, and something with this weird guy, like I was reading something about him. Weir was one of the most disciplined players when he played in Europe.
Yeah.
Why is this same guy who was the most disciplined player that played in Europe, why is he behaving like that? Because he was under the white man?
No, the thing is...
the white man was... No, that's how I look at it, because if you were under the white man and you are the most disciplined, what makes it different now that you're president? That's the question.
No, the difference is, that's a big difference. The difference there is, he was under the white man, under a different profession. Soccer is different from handling an entire country.
But let's agree
That should be
when you
carried.
have
That should
a
be
discipline-
carried. That should be carried to the next. I mean, you carry something with you. If you discipline,
Human being, that doesn't take away the dynamism of human being. You know.
But
so he's just telling you that he was not really disciplined. He was just being pretentious at the time. That's what I mean.
Exactly, because he was under the white man leadership.
So that was pretense.
So now you governing your own black people. If you turn it and you treat them like animals.
Yeah, because he was being pretentious. That's the answer. Because anything you mean is something that will be embedded in you.
Okay, so well, caller, thank you for calling, and we appreciate your call. And to the audience, we want to say, Noah Zao, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming.
Let me give him a parting comment.
Yeah, give your parting comment. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate it so much. I mean, I call you, you never hesitated, and you just came on, and we hope to see if we can have you on, maybe,
all right,
maybe tomorrow. Or tomorrow, and I will let the audience know. I'll probably post something on there to let them know if you're going to come on tomorrow by the grace and help of God. So get your parting comment. I mean, so let me say this to you. On behalf of the Liberia Radio and Television Network, the whole team, the whole entire team, we're going at the same time, people calling in. Yeah. Hello? Mr. Cummins, yeah, you're live. Hello? Yeah, Mr. Cummins, you're live.
Yes, sir. I think I was saying something earlier on about the deplorable condition of the building that the blind kids live in.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said to him off air, you know, I don't know I've not seen the building. I'm from that area, not far from I live in the aluminum factory community in the township, Darkness area there. Probably, maybe I've seen that building before, but just passed by it. But you know, here's the interesting thing. The people in our country who want to be leaders or who have tried over the years, and so can bear me witness, who have tried over the years in our country, when it comes to people living with disability in our country, they're off their radar.
Yeah.
But I said that,
They're off their radar. Even if you look at the different parties' manifesto, even go back to read the PRS document of Madam Salih's government, the PRS document. Look in that document carefully to see as to whether you see any phrase or verb or anything that talks about people living with disability in our country.
And Mr. Cummins, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you know, I never thought of that. I mean, you're absolutely right.
Oh, but my brother, you know, Zao will tell you.
No, that's a reality.
I tell people, when you sit behind the microphone in journalism, there's something called put your mind in gear before you open your mouth. Me, I put my mind in gear, then I open my mouth.
Yeah.
Because I will talk about things that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Whether be a corruption on the other side of the street, I will talk about it. And it's very painful. I work with people living with disability. I've read programs. I've seen programs. I've seen the implementation of different programs in our country. But as I would tell you, there are blind folks in that country. They have been working with kings for the past 6, 7, 8 years. The same king in their hand, over and over. Look at the condition of the blind folks. The people will go in the street with one Maya business, plastic bag, and they will sing from morning to evening. But check out all, including this current government, including the previous government, including all of the political leaders. Listen to their different speeches.
Yeah.
Listen, they only go after people who can walk, people who will go to the different parties' headquarters and hold placards. What about the blind people? What about the blind people? That's why my ministry, we have made it our business. I talk to my friends on Facebook and different places. I said, look, I'm partnering with some group of blind folks in Liberia. Like recently, a guy from CDC, he lives in Korea. The guys were on a radio show, they were talking, and there was this argument about something. And I just picked up the phone and I called. And I said, gentlemen, I said something that touched that guy's heart. And
he from the township of Gardner City. And the guy said, Jerome, you know, Mr. Cummings, I follow you. On behalf of this radio station and myself and my family, will donate 10 bags of rice to your organization to give it to those blind folks. Quite recently, when we gave the 10 bags of rice and few other things, including 10,000 Liberian dollars, it was a system that I prayed for. She said, man of God, what can I do for you? I said, no, not me as an individual. I want you to do something for some people. Do something for some people. Look at the amount of money we collect for protests and the amount of things we do, and the advocacy, all these things. What about the people living with disabilities?
Yes, and they're feeding it more than anything. And you know, I'm telling you, this is something. And Mr. Cummings, you will not believe it, but some of the people who can see and who are not disability, some of the people who completely consider disability are more smarter and got more talent and can do the work better than even those who you think they're normal. You know?
Yeah.
And in this country, I tell people, in this country, there's nobody being left behind. There's place for everybody. I don't see why you will have certain people feel that they are human and the rest are not. You know? The gentleman sitting next to me, just by meeting him, I don't want to let him go because you will not believe, he inspired me. Just meeting this guy inspired me.
But you see how the man has a retentive memory.
I'm telling
From
you.
my voice, he can remember.
Listen.
That is, I've been out of Liberia almost 9 years, but he still remember that I was on the radio.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you this. I met the man to a cocoa. I hugged him and I happy. I said, listen, I gotta give you. Let me give my number to you. He said, I'm looking for people all over the place, and he said, say the number. And I'm looking at the guy that he's standing with. I'm like, I'm gonna say the number. He said, I said the number. The guy just said the number. I said the number to him. He was leaving. I ran behind him. I gave him my card, my business card. I said, keep the card. He said, my man, I know the number. I said, call the number. He called the number to me. I just standing there looking and I'm shocked. So it's so this is just one person, and you have individuals in Liberia who are very sound. They can do better job than even the ones that you think that know it all, and we're leaving them behind. It's sad. It's just sad.
If our political leaders were smart, and I know some of the people listening and say, well, it tends to be like we're trying to look down on them. No, if they were smart, they will absorb people living with disability in their offices, at their party headquarters, because they come from a constituency too. They belong to a constituency. But you know what? People claim on the radio and television, and the advocacy is only about, okay, let's look at the president. Then we have legislators who go to the Capitol building. They cannot enact laws to affect or to improve
in fact, they are the worst people, because the first thing is that they have the power. They're making the president to look that he's powerful because they give the president whatever he wants. If the president, if the president, they are there to checkmate the president, but they are dancing. Can you imagine legislator dancing with the president to party headquarters? Can you imagine that? Even down to the judiciary. The judiciary, the executive now tells the judiciary what to do. See what happened in the Yega Koluba case back home. See what happening. It is the executive now dictating to the judiciary in that case what to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's about time. Mr. Cummings, we want to say thank you for coming on. And thank you so much. And Noah Zao, we want to say thank you too for coming on.
Finally, in my parting comment.
Yeah.
I want to also thank you very much for this great invite.
Okay.
And anytime I come to the United States, I can't wait to come back on this platform.
I want to partner with you because I'm in Liberia.
I know I will always come back to the United States.
Yeah.
It's a place to be.
Yeah.
Now, again, I want to thank you all. I wish I will one day come back here to have a study. Yeah. I really want to, get school and, educated in the U.S. here. I think it will be a very good
And I just want the audience to know that Noah was asking if there's anybody on there who want to help him out with a checkup, medical checkup.
Yeah, a medical checkup, really.
He needs
I want to have a medical checkup.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you know any means that you can help out, call the number on the screen. The number is on the screen. Or you can go on Facebook to Messenger and put in Noah Z. Gibson. it will come up. One thing when you call him on that, you're gonna get him.
All right, those of you who don't like me, seditions, who wrote your nonsense, I say thank you for watching as well. Just continue on to remain in your ignorance until you die, but it will not deter me from, saying the truth that will liberate our country. And I'm returning soon, and I will be more aggressive on your government. Let me let you know.
Okay,
Thank you.
we're gonna try our best. When you're in Liberia, we'll see if we can get the our reporters down to the where you're talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have them come that you can give them a tour, let them see some of the, so our audience can see some of the things that happen in Liberia, in the School of the Blind. Let's see what happening. Let's see how they're living. What happened, because you're talking to people here, people hearing you talking here, but they're not getting the first, picture, the video. It will show. At least people can see exactly what's going on. So I want to say thank you for coming, and we want to say thank you to the audience for coming. We want to say keep watching the Lrtn Radio and Television Network. We got a special election coming up in Philadelphia. Don't make this your first time. Keep coming. We're happy and we love you. Keep watching us. Thanks for coming and we love you. Peace out.